Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Take It to the Hizzy Fantasy Football, TITTH number 48. I'm your host, Justin Bruni. I got Nick Davis and Emron Khan with me. Say what's up, guys.
What's up, y'all?
What it do?
Yep, we got a fun night ahead here. We got Thursday night football, Dolphins and Jags. Pretty excited to get to the game preview here. But we want to give Emron a little prop up here. Had a pretty big Sunday leading into a pretty exciting Monday night. Wasn't so exciting on Monday, but leading in, it was a lot of fun. Why don't you tell them all about it, Emron?
Yeah, guys, what a fucking weekend. So, as you guys know from my articles, I'm a fucking degenerate, right? I love me some gambling. I love parlays, even though I have a really low success rate.
Parlay?
Parlay.
All you need is one to hit, man.
Yeah, so last weekend while we were at the casino, I decided, you know what? I'm really confident in my bets this week. This was a money line parlay. So I was like, I'm really confident in my picks this week. What I'm going to end up doing is I'm just going to, just put like $20 down and make a nice little, I think it was an 11 game parlay.
A little. Nice little parlay.
Obviously, you guys know parlays. If one game goes, it busts, right? It's not going to work.
Got to hit them all.
So, it was a lot of them were favorites, but it was just the games I just felt good about, right? So no spread or anything straight up. Mm-hmm. So we're going good. And all of a sudden, starting with the 1 o'clock games, Dallas is shitting the bed, right? So I'm like, fuck, they're down 20-0, and Atlanta's just scoring at will, and it's looking like it's not going anywhere. Dallas was down 20-0 in the first quarter, like off the break, right? So I'm like, this is over. I almost ripped the parlay ticket. I was like, this is over because it just takes one ticket. So I did, and I just lightly crumbled it up, tossed it to the side.
I'm gonna find that here in about 20 minutes.
Yeah. So later on,
halftime.
I'm going to the game, going to the Bears game. They gave me a fucking heart attack. So they win, and then
we'll get to that later.
Oh, we will. So so that game finishes, and I actually start, switching back over because I got Sunday ticket to Red Zone, and I see Dallas is making that game interesting. They score, but they missed the onside, so it's 31-39 or something like that. And so I was like, there's no way they're going to get this onside kick because onside kick rate's like 2%, right?
Well, put it on its side and you probably increase the odds, I don't know, 20%.
And if you have the dumbass Atlanta Falcons who just fucking watch it for 5 yards, they could touch it. They literally could just fall on it because Dallas can't do shit because they'll get a penalty.
They didn't seem like they had any urgency towards the ball whatsoever.
Not at all. So Dak, leads them down, kicks the field goal with Legatron, and awesome. I'm like, oh shit, we're alive, boys, we're alive. Get to the afternoon games. Right before the game starts, here's where the weird shit happens. Rod Taylor, not playing. What's going on? We might talk about that a little bit later. Jeez. So Justin Herbert comes in. I was like, he's, I was never a big fan of him coming to the NFL. Motherfucker starts lighting it up. I was like, fuck, man.
They go up 7-0 like really quick, too.
Yeah, and I was like, this was the one fucking game. And they last year, I think I was reading the broadcast.
It was the highest lock of the day. They were minus 400.
Highest lock of the day. And last year when they played,
that shifted things.
That defense is San Diego. The LA defense is pretty good, but I thought that they would be a not a hard matchup, but that defense, the way Anthony coaches them, they give Mahomes fits. So they go back and forth. That game goes to overtime, and I'm like, this is where I'm going to get fucked because Harrison Butker had to kick 3 50-yard field goals in a row.
No big deal.
A 53-yarder.
I mean, it's just the Chiefs at the end of the day. I mean, you can't put them away at any time.
But like me, thinking like this is where my parlay is
same thing
bust.
With the Cowboys.
Yeah. Right. So this is where my parlay is going to bust. I'm thinking the worst case scenario, like it'll push, right? It'll be a tie. So Harrison Butker goes to kick a 53-yarder. False start. Fuck. 58-yarder, drills it. They call a timeout. 50-yarder again. Fucking ice water, drills it. Now we get back to the Sunday night game. Last game, 10 for 10, right? And I've had so many games come down to heartache. So I'm watching it. And also later on, I want to talk a little bit about how fucking good Russell Wilson is. So good.
Looks tasty.
Just so good. So this game's going back and forth, right? And I'm like, I just got money line, so I don't care how much they win by. Mm-hmm. Fourth quarter, Seattle, like Russell Wilson, just starts throwing these dimes. They're up by 12, right? 4 minutes to go. 4.5 minutes to go. I'm like, I feel good. I'm not excited yet because Cam was playing some good football too.
Oh, no, Cam was beautiful. I mean, and everyone's like talking about, they're not going to pass. It's all RPO. And then look what Julian Edelman does.
Seriously.
179 receiving yards, career high. Cam Newton. Tom who?
And that red zone, that goal line offense, how the fuck do you stop that?
Well, I mean, Seattle did.
Seattle did. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah. But I mean, no, it looks really good. You don't know what's coming. Whether it's Cam, Michelle, obviously they're going to get White back here soon. Maybe not this week, but in the weeks after. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of options down there. Obviously, got the big guys too, like N'Keal Harry.
Yep. And so we're getting down there. So they're down by 12. Cam goes down, scores a quick touchdown. I'm like, no big deal. They scored. Seattle's doing a good job moving the ball. They get to 3rd and 1. Again, what the fuck is it with Seattle and the 1 yard line? We just need to run the fucking ball. They decided to throw a 40-yard bomb, which is incomplete. They give Cam the ball. Cam starts drilling the ball all over the field. They get to the end zone, and I'm just like, honestly, I just came to terms with this is where my fucking parlay ends, and it is what it is.
Down to the 1. I mean, they shut it down for you.
I think it was to Harry or Bird, where get down to the 2 and he calls the timeout. Mm-hmm. I was like, I know what he's going to do. He's just going to leap over like I've seen Cam do a million times.
Except for he rolled.
And exactly. And so they called the play again, and he made the wrong decision. I don't know if he would have got it, but if he ran for the pylon, he would have had a shot.
Yeah, he just kind of stuttered, and that seems to also have worked on some drives too, right? I've seen him just kind of take the snap and just kind of sit for the hole, just kind of wait a second, and then drive his legs. But it didn't work on that count there to finish out the game. I mean, you like what you saw out of Seattle to finish it out. I mean, I think Seattle was just like, all right, they're gonna do it. It's us straight up against them, head on. Who's gonna win? Mm-hmm. And Cam it's just not a great take. Like we just saw him just run more efficiently throughout the entire game. And yeah, maybe his eyes weren't left,
he would have had a shot. And so,
but even then, it's a dead race. It's a dead single man race.
Yeah. You never know. And then so when they stop him and he hits, and I'm like, all right, there's no flag. And I'm like, holy shit, it fucking hit. And all this was, guys, this was the article I shared last week. This was my straight up picks. That's all I did for the parlay. And like the only game we ended up not getting was the Saints on Monday night. Every other game hit.
Yeah, it was tough. I followed you. I followed you into Monday night. I said, all right, I'm going to ride with you, Emron.
Yeah, so the parlay.
And sure as shit.
it happens, man. You can't be perfect. But it was a lot of fun, and like I said, definitely, we're trying to pass out money here. It was an exhilarating, day, and it was $20 I threw down. Didn't think much of it. Ended up netting me $625.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the games I just didn't like on Sunday, right? So I stayed away for a lot. I did a 6 game. And I hit 5 of 6, and I hit 6 for 6 if the Falcons just recover their kick, and that's it. They just got to recover.
Just play defense, have a pulse.
Well, yeah, they just would have needed to cover. That's all, or whatever. The Cowboys would have covered 3 points in that scenario. So, is what it is. But 5 out of 6, 10 out of 11. Free money, like you said.
Let's do it again this weekend, guys.
Speaking of free money, let's get to tonight's game preview. We got the Jags hosting the Dolphins. Jaguars -3 on the spread. Dolphins +3. Minus 148 for the Jags on the money line, and the Dolphins plus 128. Pretty even here, according to the book. I'm on the Jags on the spread. What do you got, Nick? Where are you leaning here?
I'm leaning heavily onto the Jags because Gardner Minshew, he's just that beer league quarterback that just comes in and is just slinging the rock everywhere and just somehow just makes those completions and moves the team down the field. I do not understand how he is moving this offense down the field when everybody was sold for a bag of chips, but he's doing it.
A younger, cooler Fitzpatrick, essentially.
Yeah, I've heard the same comparison. Yeah. I've heard the same comparison. I don't want to put that career arc on Minshew because I think he's capable of a lot more, to be honest.
Well, we hope. We hope.
Yeah, but
we got high praise for him.
I think he's going to dice up this defense. I had written an article about how the DFS matchup this week for me was Minshew against Miami's defense. Mm-hmm. Miami's defense is hurting. They're out Byron Jones, who they signed in the offseason from the Cowboys. Their defense is not good at all. It's pretty poor. They made Josh Allen look extremely good.
Dude, lit it up.
Not saying that he's not good. I'm just saying he looked extra special during that time. And I just think that Minshew brings that same kind of specialness, not as the same type of athleticism as Josh Allen, but he just brings that same specialness to him at the quarterback position. I think he's just going to dice him up. The one thing I think that he's going to do, he's probably going to have over 325 yards 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. The 0 interceptions is what I see happening because last week we saw the 2 interceptions that occurred. It did seem like a little bit of a force, but it also seemed like he hit the receiver in the hands and the receiver just let the ball go. Yeah. So it wasn't him making a bad decision. It was the receiver not catching the ball. So I think that the no interceptions will really help you this week in DFS. I'm playing him heavily. So
your captain tonight?
Yep, my captain in a couple lineups. So I think he's going to pay dividends, and he's going to, make me some money tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So both these quarterbacks threw for over 300 yards last week. Fitzpatrick for 328. What was Minshew at 339 against the Titans? Yeah. So expectingly so, we're hoping for a lot of offense tonight. Mm-hmm. Point totals at 49. You feel pretty good about the point total, Emron?
I do. And
you feeling the over?
Absolutely. Okay. I always bet the over. And on the drive up, I was listening to my podcast, and they were telling us that through the first 2 weeks of the season, this is the most points that have ever been scored in the NFL. And it's not too surprising when I was writing my prop article, my bets article today. I was looking at some of the points per game averages for some of these teams. Seeing fucking 40, 37. The Saints had like 29.5, and they were only like 9th in the NFL.
Jeez.
As 2 games, but like teams are putting up points, And
no preseason.
Preseason, no fans. Everybody's out of shape. The defenses are still catching up. And I think in this game, I don't think either defense is that good anyways. No. So I think this is going to be a game that's going to be pretty high scoring. It's going to be a fun watch. Very similar to, I think, maybe last week. Last week, I think we caught off guard. I'm not getting caught off guard this week.
Well, it's still a short weekend. It's still Thursday night football. And I'm not always a big fan of Thursday night football. Last week, we got a good look at Joe Burrow, the kid. Now this week, we got, Minshew, the karate kid. So I like it. Should be a lot of offense. Fitzpatrick, Minshew. I don't like that DJ Shark is out tonight. That was kind of a kick in the dick.
Yes. Make Justin bald. Thank you.
Oh, my God.
There you go.
Yeah, it's not helpful. That's not helpful. You're not helping, Nick.
Just want to give a quick shout out to Allie. She's tuning in. Thank you for tuning in and shouting out so I can actually shout you out today. But yeah, I'm actually happy DJ Shark is out. Devontae Parker is in. So
yeah.
That 9-yard lead is definitely going to disappear tonight. So I'm even though DJ Shark is out, I did see Conley and Cole getting some reps last week. Mm-hmm. So
Minshew's been spreading it around.
Yeah, he don't care who's out there as long as someone can catch the ball, he's going to sling it out there. So I'm still high on Jacksonville for sure.
It was just kind of a back and forth though. There's like just mixed messages, right? Like, okay, limited Monday, limited Tuesday. Then they came out and even said, oh yeah, we're hopeful he's going to start. I don't know why you come out and say that, whatever. They come out and say, yeah, we're hopefully start trending in the right direction. And then like midday, you get the update on, oh shit, he's out. It's like,
yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, I prefer the notice rather than last second information. So
like a lung puncture.
Like Tyrod's chest. God. I don't know what's going on with that, but I was pleasantly delighted. I think that doctor knows what's best for the team. I don't know if he did it on purpose or what the deal was. I did see a tweet about the history of the Chargers medical team. Like they had a doctor that had like 2 DUIs, had his like surgery license removed and stuff like this. And now this happened. So it's a pretty bad look for the Chargers. Moments before the game, they were trying to inject him with a painkiller anyways into his chest. Like, I don't necessarily know what's going on there where that needs to happen, right? Like where someone accidentally punctures your ribs because you have to get a pain-killing shot. Is that really the best thing for him anyways?
I've been listening a lot about this because it's been all over sports radio.
Yeah.
Apparently every time this operation or this shot happens, they're told in the beginning that it might happen, that there's a chance, a very small chance, but it hasn't happened apparently since the 1990s. Mm-hmm. But man, Tyrod Taylor has a really unlucky time. Yeah. Now that we've seen what has happened with this incident, I understand why Anthony Lynn's put in a weird position where he's got to say, hey, Tyrod Taylor's still our quarterback, because he didn't lose his job based on performance. He lost it because someone took his lung out,
and so that makes a lot of sense, because I remember
take it.
Lynn was getting a lot of heat on Monday, like, because I think the comments he made to Herbert too were not cool. Like the kid came out of nowhere, and he played his ass off.
He lit it up for the team.
They lost because of Lynn, playing, I don't want to say this word, but playing pussyfoot football. It's 4th and 1 on your 42 minutes to go.
No faith in the kid.
Just fucking go for it, dude.
No faith in the kid. I agree.
The ball is going to go for it.
I agree.
But so I see.
Well, your parlay would have been busted, but
I don't think he gets too far though.
Well, whatever. I mean,
you never know now.
you get another
So
first down, but you know.
Yeah,
you know
but
what
I mean,
I'm
as a coach of a team, right? Like 4th and 1, you got to be realistic. If Mahomes gets the ball, you've held him to 17, which is awesome. Like you can't keep holding them down.
I don't know why Herbert's not getting enough respect for what he did. The fact that he went out there, won that game. Okay, Justin Herbert, 1-for-1 game-wise, right? First game played, over 300 yards. Tyrod Taylor has played over 40 games in the NFL, and he's done it once. What else do you need to see? I don't understand. Did he not pass the eye test like more than convincingly? Just above and beyond pass the eye test?
Yes. I mean, for one game, yes.
The physicality, the confidence. I mean,
he was taking some shots.
He was taking shots and he was giving them out.
Shots too, yeah.
And giving them out. When I can't remember what defender he took down on a run.
Number 54 linebacker. His name is escaping me. I saw that.
Yeah, I don't remember
who took the worst of it.
But he took the worst of it, and what did he do right away? Got right up. I mean, that's talking shit in football, you know, like when you just get up right in front of somebody right before them, get in their face and walk away. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Just the posture, the confidence. I mean, he was notified 10 minutes before the game.
No, not 10 minutes.
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Whatever. And he just goes in there and he's the dude. You want to talk about being, you know, prepared, like the game day preparation. You know what I mean? Like, what else do you want from him? They've already said he's the starter for this week, but it took until what, today?
Yep.
This afternoon to get that out there. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I'm not a fan of it whatsoever.
I think Tyrod's in a tough spot because it seems like everywhere he goes, he's just. I know, honestly, but it kind of puts Anthony Lynn in a bad position. But to be completely honest, everybody's in the business of winning games. You got to put the best foot out. Justin Herbert seemed ready to go. There's no season that needs to happen. The only season that needs to happen is he just needs to see it at NFL speed. So he balled out in his first game. If he balls out again his second game, I think this is the end for Tyrod. And it's very unfortunate this happens, but Anthony Lynn's trying to win a championship, you know, like.
Okay, then why not go out and get Jameis Winston? Why not go get Teddy Bridgewater?
Because they drafted
Herbert, so then start him.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm with you. I think they should definitely start him.
So just start him.
Because we're already there, right? He can handle the speed. He played a decent defense. He wasn't overwhelmed. I don't see why you're waiting him because you drafted him, 6th overall. You drafted him to play. The kids played. I like Tyrod Taylor a lot. I think he's a really good quarterback, a really good backup, but there's a reason he's been on so many teams, the reason he keeps getting replaced. You know, I think he's still good for that team. He can step in a pinch if an injury happens, and I think he's just good for Herbert.
The injury did happen to him.
It happened to him.
Well, technically, it wasn't an injury; it was an attack.
Right? Oh well, yeah, I'd say so.
He was assaulted.
It was. I mean, if it was strategic,
that's federal charges.
So somebody had the over on Justin Herbert getting in on the game. That's all I'm going to say.
That's great. That's awesome. Thank you. I had helped out everyone's fantasy values. Austin Eckler, even Josh Kelly, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. Guess what? Everybody was eating. Everybody was touching the ball.
So I want to give a quick shout out to my buddy Bryce, who's been watching us on YouTube. What's up, Bryce?
Yo.
Bryce agrees. He says if Herbert wins, you keep him in, and like it's just the guy's playing good football.
What team did he need to beat? Like he beat the Super Bowl or he didn't beat the Super Bowl champions. He was literally plays away from beating.
He would have beat him if his coach let him go over on 4th and 1.
Exactly. He was the guy that was going to get it done. Tyrod wasn't. I mean, just ask the books. -400 for the Chiefs.
Yep.
I mean, no one had any idea that the Chargers were going to be in that game. Just period. 4-1 odds. Like, come on, they're the highest total on the board. I don't understand it. Lynn coming out saying all the right things. You know, kind of like what you had mentioned before about wanting to go to a championship and everything. You know, if that's the case, I just feel like they would have been all in for some of these other guys like that were available this preseason. I mean, I could go to the Bears for the same thing. You know, I could go there too. But yeah, I don't get it. Herbert will be in this week. I hope he stays in because the values for everyone else in fantasy, they're shit.
The thing I want to say is Patrick Mahomes kind of set the precedent for how to use a rookie quarterback correctly. And I think everybody's trying to have that same kind of like ability to have them in for a season, learn the system, see it at NFL speed, being able to see a test dummy in front of them instead of being thrown to the fire. Like, remember David Carr? Oh my gosh, that guy was thrown to the fire and was destroyed.
Throws himself to the fire on Twitter every day.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying, like, it just doesn't bode well for rookie quarterbacks just being thrown in and being expected to be the savior like that. You know, Lamar Jackson, he also had a season. So those two quarterbacks, are setting the precedent. But Justin Herbert just kind of showed he don't need no week or season to learn about the NFL. He's already there. I mean, even in the college ranks, he was considered the most pro-ready quarterback. It was really just the mindset because he's so calm, he's so cool, he's so collected. And you know what? It ended up working out for him. Sam Darnold, I think he's handling New York pretty well considering the shit fire that's going on there. But Justin Herbert, he's actually on a better team where he can actually succeed. He made the offense look so much more vertical.
Yeah.
I mean, the ball was actually ahead of the receivers instead of behind them.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just
change of pace.
Yeah, it just gives them more ability. So,
Nick, I think you might have a stronger arm than Tyrod. Have you seen that thing come out of there? I mean, my goodness.
I can chuck a K2 ball like 50 yards.
I'm just saying, the first time that I saw Baker Mayfield, like I may have just been oversold because of the fact of how bad Tyrod Taylor was. Because Tyrod's out there, he's throwing passes and you're seeing him out of the hand, but it's just like, no, I see the whole thing. Yep, I see the whole pass. And Baker got in there his first game. It was like game 3, kind of similar situation. They won, and they were like rockets out of his hand. It was like a kid throwing dynamite.
That's where I think, as Nick was saying, like having like the quarterback sit. I think some quarterbacks are ready though to like play as rookies, right? You go back to that illustrious 2012 class.
Bring in Tua. You know what's interesting? Sorry, I mean interrupt you.
Threw for 300 yards last week, 2 touchdowns, no picks.
But Tua on DFS for a captain was at like 15,000. So like someone in
maybe they know something. Yeah, or they just want you to waste your money.
Yeah, they're just like, you know what? He's going to come in second half and score 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, and throw for 400 yards on the Jaguars. That's what they're thinking right now. That's a guy I definitely want to see. His hype is so huge.
I bet a lot of Eagles fans want to see Jalen Hurts right now.
Yeah.
Man, what a pick though! What a pick! Like who would have thought that Carson Wentz would have fallen off a damn cliff like he has, and Jalen Hurts is right there that just led Oklahoma to the college football playoff, and is like, yo, I'm ready to go, yo.
Maybe. If that's
interesting.
If that's the case, if Wentz doesn't get it done against the Bengals, we may very well see Hurts, and I'm not really sure. To me, I mentioned earlier on Twitter, Greg Ward, feed the man, let him eat.
Yeah,
he's dueling JJ Arcega-Whiteside for snaps for no apparent reason that I can really discover. So down the stretch last year, the Eagles won 4 games in a row. Ward was featured. He had over 70% snap count in every one of those games. He averaged 5 catches and over 50 yards in each one of those games. And he caught a couple of touchdowns, like 2 out of 4 games, and they won every one of them. And so I don't understand it. I don't know why Arcega-Whiteside, just because he's healthy, is just taking away his snaps. I don't understand that. I would want to be pairing Rieger, Jackson, and Ward together with Ertz and Goddard. If that's
Rieger's
the case.
Hurt.
He had snaps. So even if he got hurt, okay, whatever. Bring it. Who's the guy behind him? I know they lost Aguilar. But Arcega-Whiteside, what has he done? He didn't do anything last year.
He hasn't done anything.
He got hurt. He's had 2 targets and nothing. He got nothing on him. And then the second game, he didn't record anything. 0 targets, nothing. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. I watched some film on Carson Wentz. It was kind of lukewarm, I'd say. Good stuff, bad stuff. And I'd say, if he doesn't get it done against a team like the Bengals, then he could be, in line to lose his job. Because after that, he's got some tough matchups. I know Pittsburgh's in there. I know Baltimore's in there. I think even KC. So, it's not going to be easy going forward for him. He needs to put up a solid week. Let's jump back to the Thursday night game, jump into some props for tonight. Just going to run through the player props in general from the top here, some over-unders. So just starting off with some passing yards, we got Gardner Minshew, 267.5. Over-under, boys.
Over.
I'm going to say over as well. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 273.5. Over-under. Under for Fitzpatrick, Nick says, because he's
100 to Devontae Parker too to give me a nice little lead.
What's that number again?
273.5.
I say under. I think it'd be closer to 250.
Okay, so you're going to go under. I'll say the under for Fitzpatrick as well. I stayed away from him in props as far as yards. I did do completions, so I'll say under there as well, and over for Minshew. Passing touchdowns. Ooh, a bit of line movement. I was able to get the Gardner Minshew prop at 1.5. It is officially moved to 2. Ooh. So Gardner Minshew an even 2 touchdowns, over or under?
Over.
That's over. I don't know why the hell they were giving it at 1.5. It's free money.
Well, the legs, right? You mentioned the 18.5 rushing yards. Maybe he can sneak one in.
He might, but they're deep.
That's
This is going to be
you
a
know
lot
what
of
you know what
points.
else I'm gonna say is
Mhm.
that the kicker is out, so they might be going more for it when they're
Sure.
in field goal range.
Sure.
Or you know what? They might just have Gardner Minshew kick the ball. Who knows?
You never know. And he can kick.
That'd be something, man. Seeing him kick like a 40-yard field goal for like 3 points, I'd be pretty pumped about it.
I think they just let him pass.
Do the Doug Flutie drop kick. There you go. That'd be a
There you
good
go.
one.
All right, Ryan Fitzpatrick, 1.5 touchdowns, over under.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm taking over.
I'm gonna go over.
Yeah, I say kiss it, like as Nick likes to say. Go the 2 there. We're expecting a high scoring game. Just 3 for
There's
Minshew.
no way
potentially
Miles
for
Gaskins
2.
gets 3 touchdowns,
Fitz.
even though I'm counting on him. But there's no way.
Passing completions, 22 for Minshew and 22.5 for Fitzpatrick. I took this 22.5 over.
I'm taking over on both.
Under on both.
Under on both. How are they going to get all the yards?
Deep passes.
All right.
I believe both teams defensive backs are poor to say the least. And I
Give me
think
a CJ Henderson pick tonight.
Oh, CJ Henderson. I forgot about that cat. Oh, well, he's only one side of the field. There's 2/3 of the field that's available.
Hopefully Devontae Parker.
Devontae Parker, I can take 150 yards. Let's have a Nuke Hopkins kind of day where you take 50% or 80% of the production of your quarterback.
Dear God, I hope not. All right. Rushing yards. Gardner Minshew, 19.5. You got the 18.5?
Over.
I'm taking over.
All right, so you're thinking he can at least hit 20.
He's going to sneak out, yeah.
James Robinson, 72.5, rushing only. Over.
Under.
I'm going to say under by a hair. I think he gets somewhere between 85 to 110 total yards, but it's going to be like a mixed bag between rushing and receiving, especially with Shark out tonight. So I'll say he gets 65 and he hits the under there. Minshew, I'm going to say the under 19.5 too. Just more passing. Doesn't try to threaten out of the pocket. Anti-fumbler. Gaskins, 37.5.
Over.
I'm going to say over as well. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 14.5. Can he burn him with the legs tonight?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I've seen the wheels on that guy.
That could be one run.
I'm going to say under there as well.
Those are Harvard legs.
Under opposite of you two, I should say. I'm going to play contrarian there. Under for Minshew and Fitzpatrick for me on the rushing attempts. Going to receiving yards. Chris Conley, 38.5.
Over.
Yeah, over.
Shark's not in. Over.
Yeah, Shark's not in. Seems like all those guys should be live for 45 to.
D.D. Westbrook
60
was like a scratch the
receiving
first
yards.
game, so I'm more hopeful for Cole and Conley.
Maybe Westbrook can make it on the field.
Yeah.
Devontae Parker, 62.5. Highest number on the board.
Over. I need 100. Thank you, sir.
Over.
I'm going to say over. Yeah, I mean, he should be over. Based off of the pace of play tonight. Isaiah Ford, 36.5.
Under.
I'll say under as well. James Robinson, 16.5. I'm going to say the over there.
Over. He can take a screen and break it.
Over.
Yeah, that's an easy one. Keelan Cole, 56.5, filling in for Shark tonight. Can he do it?
Under.
Under for Emron.
What was the line?
56.5.
Cole?
Yeah.
Over. Minshew likes him, man. I saw.
Yeah, I'll say the over as well, just because I have him in my Thrive lineup for the over, and we'll get to that here soon. Laviska Shenault, 45.5. Nick's got the over.
Over. 150 yards.
What do you got, Emron?
Over.
Laviska Shenault, 45.5. I will say the over as well.
Over.
It's just receiving yards, but I think he's going to get some rushing attempts as well tonight. They've been using him as a nice little gadget there in the offense. Mike Gesicki, 55.5. I'm saying the under.
Over. He got 95 yards last week. He is going to dice this defense up.
I'm going to be higher on Preston Williams. What do you got?
Under.
Myles Gaskin, 21.5.
Receiving?
Yeah.
Over.
Yeah. Over.
He's a third down back.
Looks like the first down back right now. They're barely using Breida, barely using Howard. Preston Williams, 48.5.
Over.
I'm going to take the over as well. Am I? 48.5. Preston Williams.
Over, but I'm not feeling good about it.
Hold on. Someone asked a question. Rodrigo Antizana. He asked, with Shark out tonight, do we think that Shenault is a must start tonight?
I think so.
Even with him in, he's a must start. Watch his old Colorado film. He is amazing. He's an offensive weapon.
I told you this earlier. It's Shenault season, baby.
I've been banging that drum since the beginning of the season. You just gotta hop on the train, man. Like it's coming.
Tonight could be a big night for it.
He's a very creative. I think tonight's gonna be his coming out party. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh man, well Visca Chanel, it's the new one to on the street tomorrow," and I'm gonna be like, "I was there like 3 weeks ago, guys." So
No, a little longer than
he's a good player for sure.
All right, Tyler Eifert, 30.5 receiving yards.
Yeah, I'm taking under.
I'm gonna take the over.
31.5.
Yeah, I'm
over.
I'm gonna say 30.5 over.
That's
for
like
Eifert.
2 passes, man.
He got a little bit more involved last week.
Yeah, I saw some
showing
nice
the pulse. I added him in our 11 bench league. Wasn't sure about Jack Doyle yet on my bench. Jack Doyle practice today. We'll be getting to those calls later. All right, receptions. Chris Conley over 3, dead even 3. I'm gonna say over. Emron?
Under.
The over's paying plus money.
Wow.
They want you to take it.
They do. That's why I'm a little concerned about it.
Mm-hmm.
Devontae Parker, 4.5.
Under.
What?
Under.
Oh, under 4.5 catches?
Yes. Under.
No.
I thought he's your guy tonight. I'm confused.
Nick's thinking 3 catches for 99 yards each.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
No, 4.5. I think 5. I think I could say 5.
Yeah, I could see it. Yeah, absolutely. So Devontae Parker, 4.5. Isaiah Ford, 3.5. Let's see. Isaiah Ford, 3.5.
Under.
He's coming off a little birdie. Anyone else? Give us a second to refurbish the video here. Give me a moment.
Thanks, Sarah.
All right, we're getting back to it here. Hopefully, resolution cleans up a little bit, and you guys can see our pretty faces. Getting back into some props. I got Keelan Cole, 4.5 catches, over or under. I'll take the over.
Under. He's going to get 4.
Under.
Under is paying plus money. LaVisca Chenault, dead even at 4. I'll say over. Give me the 5.
Over. I think a big night for him.
I'm going to say over.
Okay. Mike Gesicki, 4.5 catches. I'll say 4 even, so under.
I think he gets 5.
Okay, so Emron's in the over. It's paying even money both ways. They can't make up their mind, the books. What do you got, Nick?
I'm going to say under.
All right, so we're both looking under there.
Streaming on Facebook.
I mean, I hope so.
Yeah, we are. We're good.
Okay.
We're on Facebook.
All right. Appreciate that, Sarah. Gaskins, dead even 3.
Receptions?
Yeah, over under.
Over.
I'm taking under.
4.
Yeah, I could see the over there. Preston Williams, 3.5. I'm going to take the over there.
Over. 4.
You got him on?
4. Under. I know I love the over, but I thought about it for a second. I was like, everybody can't get otherwise Fitzpatrick's going to end up with 80 receptions.
Right. Tyler Eifert, 3 catches even. Over is paying plus money. I'll take the over.
Over.
Little bit of value. What do you think, Emma?
Over.
Over for Eifert? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the props for tonight's game. See if you guys can't jump in there and catch a little bit of value on those.
Mm-hmm.
Really quick, we're going to go into our Thrive promo. Just kind of discuss to you about our lineup and what they can offer you guys. Thrive Fantasy is just a daily sports app, very similar to FanDuel or DraftKings, apps like this. And you just go in and you're picking props. When it comes to football, you're picking over unders on exactly what we just went over: receptions, yards, passing completions, passing touchdowns, etc. So Thrive Fantasy, they've eliminated the need to do countless hours of research because they only ask you about the top tier athletes in a respective sports or a respective sport. It was kind of nice. Me and Emron were looking at it, and they still give us DJ Shark props. So we got the unders. We got free unders, free points.
See how that goes.
Yeah, we'll see. Lambo is out too. He's still in there. I grabbed a free under on that. He's out of the game. Obviously, it's ending the under.
Plus money. So
I still needed it. So on the overs. But yeah, each prop has a fantasy point total associated with the over or under based on its likelihood to occur. The more points a selection is worth, the riskier it is.
You can use promo code to the Hizzy when you sign up today, and you'll receive an instant $50 bonus on your first deposit of $20 or more. You can download the Thrive Fantasy on the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store, or by visiting their website, www.thrivefantasy.com. Sign up today and hash up prop up today.
All right, cool. So I'm just going to go through my lineup here, what I got going on tonight.
I'll grab mine too.
Sounds good.
And by the way, guys, it is a really cool app. It's just the take is so refreshing. All right.
Doesn't want to pull up my contest, actually.
Actually, you want me to go first?
Oh, that's just because I disconnected my phone because we were trying to get the extra bandwidth. That makes a lot of sense. No, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go. So for what I picked for the game was Fitzpatrick passing yards, obviously because I see him hitting the over on all of his damn receptions.
Right.
I have him at over 262.5 yards, over 22.5 completions. Parker, I have him over the 59.5 yards, over 3.5 receptions, which I think is a joke. That's going to be easy money.
I'd say so.
Minshew Mania, passing touchdowns, 2.5. I took the over on that. Was it passing touchdowns plus interception? I don't know. I think he's going to have 3 touchdowns, so I took the over.
So there you go. And if he gets the pick, you're still safe.
True. And then the ones we had, we're trying to see how these play out, is DJ Chark. I took under for both, obviously, because he's not playing.
Right. I took those two.
Cole had 39.5 receiving yards. I took the over. Chenault was 34.5 receiving yards. That was easy money. He might get that on one catch.
Took that on the over as well.
And Josh Lambo, 7.5 points. Took that on the under. It's going to be hard for him to get any points when he's not playing. And then my ice picks, just in case picks.
That's what I'm thinking might plug
That's
in.
what I think is going to happen, but I feel good about him. Eifert, even though I don't think he's going to get a lot of catches, he just gets those annoying ass touchdowns.
Yeah, he's a big red zone
You're
target.
like, what the fuck? Laviska Chenault took me down here. So I took the over and a half. I think he's going to get a touchdown. And then the other one was James Robinson. Touchdowns, any touchdowns, basically. He's just got to score one. It was 0.5 on receiving plus rushing touchdowns. I think he's going to sneak in the end zone today.
Yeah, absolutely can. So going through my lineup, I have Ryan Fitzpatrick also on the 22.5 completions on the over there. Also just in my betting card in general. Myles Gaskin, 40.5 over on the rushing yards. Gaskin over, or just anytime rushing touchdown, sorry. Devontae Parker over 3.5 catches. Jason Sanders, Miami kicker, over 6.5 points. Gardner Minshew over 264 passing yards. Robinson over 75.5 total yards rushing and receiving. Easy. Like that one. Shark, grab some value there under the 54 receiving yards. Duh. Keelan Cole over 39.5. Grab that one as well. Chenault over 34.5 as well. Robinson is my ice pick for at least one touchdown. And Shark, I just grabbed another under. Why not? It was under 4.5 catches. So we'll see what happens. I kind of mixed it up. Gave one in the ice pick as well. So anxious to see what we get out of that. We're really looking forward to this game here. It's going to be starting in about 20 minutes or so. Before that, we're going to jump into Thursday practices. Just going to run through the list here of everybody and how they're looking today. So just starting from the top, Julio Jones did not practice. Deontay Johnson practiced in full. Juju Smith-Schuster did not practice. John Brown was limited. Devontae Adams did not practice. Mike Thomas did not practice. Chris Hogan was limited. A.J. Brown did not practice. Philip Lindsay did not practice. Jack Doyle did make it back to practice today. He was limited. Mo Ali Cox owners starting to get scared. James White did not practice, still away from the team, not injured, just with his family. His father did pass away. Shout out to the White family. Josh Jacobs and Darren Waller, both out today. I think it was more of just a rest. They got a ton of rack on Monday night, but they were both non-participants today in practice. George Kittle got in a limited session. He is going to try to play in week 3. See what happens there. Zach Moss for the Bills did not practice. Your boy, Kenny Golladay, got back onto the practice field. He was limited today. He is trending in the right direction to suit up for Sunday. Christian Kirk did not practice. Jamison Crowder did not practice. Cam Akers, Malcolm Brown for the Rams, both did not practice. Duke Johnson did get in a limited session today after leaving week 1 with an early exit. Right off the top here, guys, which one of these potential injuries, are you most concerned about? Whether you're shifting to someone else or you just really need one of these guys to make it into your lineup on Sunday.
Man, Cam Akers, that rib injury, man, when he went down and was holding his rib, that was really bad. It's kind of
the first 3 runs of the game too. It sucked.
Yeah, it was real bad. And I was really high on him at the beginning of the season, and him being out. I mean, a lot of people probably took him maybe 7th, 8th round, trying to fill in their lineups. He's probably their second running back or first, second flex. So that's a big bummer. You're gonna have to figure out, who's gonna be in. Malcolm Brown did not practice.
Darrell Henderson looks like right now.
Darrell Henderson, but elsewhere you probably have to go elsewhere because someone might have gotten him. So that's a real big bummer. Philip Lindsay for me is a big bummer. I'm stuck with Frank Gore. It's an awful replacement, but we'll see how it goes.
Bad last week.
I mean, he got me 63 yards. That's all. I was asking for 40. Okay, so he got me 63. I'm glad, but. Philip Lindsay's really hurt me as well.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to stick with wide receivers. 4 of them, actually. Julio is a little bit worrisome. He didn't practice today with the hamstring. We were talking about the Falcons game earlier. High-scoring affair, right? 80 combined points. Julio had 2 catches for 24 yards in a game where
he dropped the Russell Gage touchdown too.
Yeah, so
that was awful.
Yeah, so it's worrisome that he only has 2 catches, and it's hamstring injuries. That's like high ankle sprains. They don't go away. So you wonder if the Falcons, they just need to sit him down for a week or 2, and maybe he can get close to 100%, or he's going to try to play it whatever percentage is at now. Mike Thomas, they said with his high ankle sprain, right, it could be a 4 to 6 week injury or 3 to 4
already
weeks.
Talking about coming back.
And it's basically just missed 1 game, and they definitely missed him Monday night. The one that might worry them most is Devontae Adams, because we've made no secret about how dumb the Packers draft was the richest receiver class and draft class maybe in some time, and they didn't take any. And this is exactly what we were talking about. Adams is amazing. He's great, maybe top 5 talent. But if he's hurt, who the hell are you throwing to? Are you just going to run it with the 3 running backs you have?
Throw it to Jones and Alan Lazard and Jace Sternberger.
Yeah, so
squad.
That's the worrisome part. And then I'm hoping that Kenny Golladay can play this week, so I don't have to do the polar plunge. Because actually, I was thinking about our prop the other day. Because you have Nuke, right?
Nick's in the league.
Yeah,
they're in the lead.
You got Mike Thomas.
I have Michael Thomas. He has Nuke. Nuke is in the lead.
With 1, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking about, because I was like, no Golladay for 2 weeks. But, Nuke hasn't separated himself. Thomas got hurt, too. So, Golladay, if we can get some garbage time.
It's close. It's close.
Cold water is in your guys' future.
I just hope those 2 games off are all Golladay misses. He's got some catching up to do. And I have a lot of stock of Golladay, too. So, I think that Lions team is, hopefully they stop. Well, actually, I don't hope that they stop choking away, but I think he'll be a big boost to that offense. They miss him.
Yeah, for me, it's definitely going towards the Devontae Adams and the Julios, and that's just because these are guys that are top-notch level athletes that will play through the pain, and it's going to make your decision-making all that much more difficult. When Julio decides, yeah, I'm good to go, I'm going to play through it, but then only manages, the 4, 5, 6 targets, 2 through 4 catches, he needs a touchdown to make his week. And right now, with him sitting out of practice on a Thursday, That's what I'm feeling is going to happen. He will suit up. He will play. I'm not even to say he'll be on a snap count. He'll just literally take away one side of the field up against the Bears and just make things a little bit more difficult for them, I think. And I think he's actually played hurt against the Bears. Now that I think about it, I think maybe last year he played through an injury against them. Maybe it was 2 years ago.
It was 3 years ago.
He's just one of these guys that's just an athletic freak. Like, yeah, he needs the rest. They probably should shut him down for a week, but I just don't know if they will or if he does.
And that's where it gets tricky for fantasy, though, because honestly, if Julio's active, I could never bench him. But I mean, it's just like it's what do? You bench him and he gets that fluke touchdown that gives him.
He can still give you a 12 to 14 points on a bad day, being Julio Jones,
just getting receptions
with one red zone target.
Yeah, and then with the same side, you start him, and it's not a really good matchup for him, anyways. I think it's Kyle Fuller, a tough matchup, and him being hurt. I think Kyle Fuller's very disrespected, but
whatever.
That's my
No, it's Julio Jones, brother.
Julio Jones on a bad hammy. We'll see Sunday, I guess.
Just said he's touchdown dependent. Like, what if he gets it on him and then it's like, all right, like, what is it then, right? Like, if Fuller holds him to 4 catches and a touchdown for 32 yards, is it a great day?
4 catches for how much?
32 and a yard and a tutty. You know what I mean? Like, that could easily be Julio Jones's line this week.
That wouldn't shock me, and it also could just be the 4 for 32.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And you're not going to love that.
And you probably don't have anybody better than him on your bench.
Well, if you're like me, I went out and grabbed Russell Gage. So Russell Gage was pretty much like my handcuff to Julio Jones. And in that same draft, I drafted Dalvin Cook, got me some Madison action. I drafted Julio.
Very smart.
What did I do after week 1? I mean, he's my second pick after Cook, so I handcuffed him. I went out and got Russell Gage.
And Gage has been very electric.
I started both of them last week. I would have had that double dipper touchdown if fucking Julio had come down with it. And Julio said as much. He said, like, hey, yeah, I can't run the same. He literally said that, like, in an interview. I can't run the same right now, but I can still run. I can still be something that looks like Julio. And that's just what I think is going to wind up happening. I'm starting Russell Gage this week. I took out DJ Shark and plugged him in. You know, for whatever that league, I took Shark out in another league and replaced him with Michael Pittman. But you gotta divert, obviously, with these injuries. But yeah, I think Julio is going to be down to the wire. I think Devontae Adams is going to be in the very same situation. They're just going to hold their cards really close to the chest.
And for Adams, you got to remember that's a Sunday night game, so you have to have MVS.
Keep him in your flex, guys.
Keep him. Yeah, it's a very trick that a lot of people don't do. Keep him in your flex, so you have options if you need to replace him. And then if you don't already.
You should own
Alan Lazard
or MVS. You should own one of those guys right now,
or Traquan Smith if he's available, which I don't think so because he was the hot pickup last week.
Yeah,
or just someone so you're not you're not screwed.
Yeah, exactly. You got to have some insurance there, and I guess we'll just kind of shift with that. Is what insurance options are you kind of reacting to the most with these potential injuries? So like a Jamison Crowder, like are you guys rushing for Braxton Berrios to plug in your lineup? We've seen, Nick called out Chris Hogan last week. We were giving him a little hard time for it, but Chris Hogan came down with 6 catches, 75 yards.
That's what
I mean, Berrios still had a touchdown last week. I still wouldn't have started Chris Hogan anywhere or anytime in DFS because fuck Chris Hogan.
I mean, $3,200. I started him in that case.
That's not bad. I mean, the value is there, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, a guy like that. Are you higher on Devin Singletary this week? With Zach Moss out. Are you going after some Mecole Hardman with Watkins in concussion protocol? Sitting Jordan Reed on the bench with Kittle potentially back in? What do you guys feel about some of these here?
Jordan Reed would be a good option for Kittle. I mean, Jordan Reed still is a legitimate receiver. It's really just him staying healthy. As long as he stays healthy, he's definitely a great option at the tight end position for you.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jordan Reed, he's never lost his talent. He's just lost his ability to play. And I think in that offense, especially, I think it's Nick Mullins that's going to step in, right? He was pretty productive a few years ago. He filled in for Garoppolo. He was not that bad. And
he gets the ball out quick.
And I think how damaged that team is, I think they're going to need a lot of Jerick McKinnon this week and Josh Wilson. And I think they're going to throw it to Reed a lot. Another name that's a little bit deep that you guys are probably going to call me a homer for, but if you're hurting for a receiver, I think he's worth it.
Did you say Mooney?
Yeah, I'm going to say Mooney.
That's deep.
Mooney.
That's real
I'm
deep.
Mooney.
I'm going to say Braxton Berrios over Mooney.
How deep
Dollar
did you
holler,
go,
who
man?
scores more points this week?
I'll make more than $1 holler. Braxton Berrios versus Mooney?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
let's make $5 holler.
$5. Oh, easy money.
$5 holler.
Easy money.
All right, so what are we going for here? Are we going like fantasy points? Or are we going catches, yards, and
I
touchdown?
think fantasy points. That encompasses everything, right?
All right, so we got to set it up. So
full PPR.
full PPR, 10 yards, point.
Yeah.
And for rushing too, if they somehow get rushing attempts, right? And then the touchdown is 6.
So, guys, our schedule changes next week, so I'll be on the Monday show. So we'll talk about this on Monday. We'll talk about this on Monday.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, Mooney, man, they're sleeping on Mooney.
I mean, hey, if he gets a touchdown, I think that's how he would like potentially, or overcome Berrios' production. But if Berrios is just the only guy there, Crowder's going to be out. Hogan's limited in practice. Even if he makes the field, he's going to be on limited count. Nick referenced the running game already in Frank Gore. So yeah, I mean they're a pass heavy team. They'll be playing from behind. I mean
the Colts are going. Yeah, I feel good about it.
I just see it for Berrios. Got the touchdown last week. I'm not saying to plug Berrios in your lineup, but
so did Mooney.
But if you're that desperate to start Darnell Mooney, then yeah, you can start Berrios for sure.
Everybody eats on the Falcons.
Hey, you're not wrong. Look at the Cowboys. Look at Dalton Schultz. Are you that pumped for Jimmy Graham this week?
Do not be surprised if you see Monday. I'm telling you,
Jimmy Graham 8 catches, 95, 102 yards.
Mitch is throwing for 5.
Oh my God,
defense is shit.
We haven't gotten there yet. We're almost there. Believe me, we'll get to Mitch. Son of a bitch. All right. What about the wide receivers for the Steelers? How about Chase Claypool popping off last week?
Yeah.
We got Juju Smith-Schuster not practicing today. Deontay Johnson practicing in full. Can Chase Claypool get a couple more snaps this week if Juju's out?
Well, if Juju's out, yeah, I definitely see Claypool being in there. I did see a stat where he's only had like 20 snaps on the field.
He has ridiculous
got 5
stats.
receptions for like 95 yards and a touchdown.
Oh, it's more than that. He had 80 on one play or something like that.
Okay, yeah, I was kind of being.
I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, it was something insane. So I was like, man, availability is not there.
It's a lot of production on very limited work.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
No,
finish.
For me, if Juju's out, I see more availability for him. There's no issue there. Yeah. But if Juju's in, I see the same kind of availability. And really, you're taking a huge gamble on him just getting a ball thrown to him,
I want to first shout out Bryce. He's a big Steelers fan. And we actually had a pretty heated debate today in one of our group chats about Deontay Johnson and how valuable he is to that team and how well he's doing. Yeah. I told him, Bryce, and my other buddy Mike, who are big Steelers fan, that right now I think I see Juju as – I think he's a good receiver, but I don't think he's ever going to be a number one. I think he's always going to need somebody on the other side. I think Deontay is very similar. He's a very productive receiver. I really like him. I told him by the end of next year, Chase Claypool is going to be their best receiver.
It's very possible. It's very possible. I'm big on him. I'm a Notre Dame guy. I'm all over it. But at the same time, the way that the offense has looked, no one's getting overloaded on this team. No one's getting a ton of volume. I mean, you're seeing even the backup running backs get some play. We weren't on Connor last week. He was back. He was rolling, so that was nice to see. But Eric Ebron hasn't even taken off yet. I think that he still could be in line for a really big season. Yeah, definitely. I still think he could hit double-digit touchdowns. Yeah. Once they just start playing in games that have a little bit more offense, a little bit more pace of play, more scoring, I think that you're going to see some of these guys wake up. But yeah, I think you're right. I don't see necessarily Juju as that guy anymore since Brown has been gone. He lit up the field when Brown was there, and now you're kind of looking for still the next guy. Like, I like Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson is, I think, a really good buy low candidate. I was talking some buy low candidates today on Twitter. I think he's a good one. I think Kerryon Johnson is a super low buy low candidate. You could get him for practically nothing right now if someone owns him.
You see Kerryon bursting out, like having stats worthy of being in your fantasy lineup even with Adrian Pearson there, with DeAndre Swift being there.
He had the same amount of snaps as Swift last week.
Okay, but
he had the scoring touchdown last week. And again, you're just not giving anything up for him. I could give up something that I just picked up on waiver wires for free.
For who?
For Kerryon Johnson. He cost nothing. Nothing. Sorry.
It's just that backfield, man.
Well, if you're in a situation where you're just that beat up for running backs, I mean,
yeah, you hope that's the week that Matt Patricia just picks him. I mean that's not a bad.
Well, we've had 2 games so far, and we can kind of get into some of that too, like some of just the overreaction that's taken place, and maybe that is an overreaction to go after Kerryon Johnson. But when I'm talking about specifically guys to buy low on, they can't have a great body of work. They can't be Noah Fant or Jonnu Smith. You can't buy low on those guys right now because there's a top 5 in their position. What's that?
I was just saying, no, you can't get no Fant for low.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I saw a stat on his season production. It was crazy.
And I mentioned in my tweet earlier that, like guys like Dobbins or Swift or, who was the other one? You just can't buy low for them right now. Like their cost is so much higher because people anticipate them, Cam Akers, to take off in the second half of the year, or they're just an injury away from being the guy, right? I mean, Swift is still an injury away from being the guy. It's just that he costs more. Adrian Peterson would cost more to trade for than Kerryon Johnson. So that's my point is it's a super buy low target.
Yep.
You could, I mean, literally anyone that you just picked up off of free agency, you could probably trade Braxton Berrios for him right now. That's what I'm talking about. Like you can trade anything for him. And if you're looking for just some running back availability to stash on your bench for a solid second half run, maybe you're even 2-0.
Are you related to Braxton Berrios? Like,
no.
I've never heard this many shout-outs for Braxton Berrios.
Hey, yeah, you play for the Jets and there's no one else there. I don't know. We thought Chris Herndon was going to do stuff last week. He didn't do anything. I don't understand it. I mean, Gase just wants to feed these little like irrelevant wide receivers. Don't ask me. It's not my playbook.
It's literally the same thing. Whoever's a slot receiver, you're gonna get 5 to 8 catches
because that's all Darnold can throw to.
Yep.
I mean, but Sean Perryman's there and hasn't done jack shit.
He's hurt. He's hurt. They're all hurt. Perriman's hurt. Crowder's hurt. Hogan now is hurt. Like, come on. Like, what the hell?
Hogan was supposed to be
Mohamed Sanu was available. They could have grabbed that guy. They could have. I mean, he's going to start this week, it looks like, for the 49ers. Is that someone you're ready to roll out?
Not with a backup quarterback.
Nick Mullins versus Mitch Trubisky this week. Ooh.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Mitch all day.
I'll make a dollar holler there.
Easy money.
All right, dollar holler.
God, the Falcons are so bad, dude. If one thing that Trubisky knows how to do is take a shit on bad defense.
Mitch is a ticking time bomb.
I'm sorry, guys.
Ready to blow.
Tyler All Day Bray. I said it here first. Tyler All Day Bray is going to lead the Bears to the Super Bowl. Forget Foles. Forget Trubisky. Tyler All Day
Poor
Bray.
Foles. He just gets paid to do nothing. Paid to do nothing.
Jeez.
We're putting in all day Tyler Bray. How do you guys feel about Darrell Henderson this week? You got both Rams running backs in Akers and Malcolm Brown looking like they're going to be out. Akers probably need to sit for a few weeks. They're going to try to take care of his chest. Has some rib issues. Said he had some issues before the game, but he was ready to go. Obviously irked that. So Malcolm Brown with a finger injury. Darrell Henderson, green light go?
Yeah, absolutely.
He looked good.
I mean, the only reason you wouldn't is because of the competition. But if the competition is not there, I mean, he's getting all the work. Right.
I see them probably giving some run game to these receivers too. Probably some handoffs to Kupp, probably some handoffs to Woods. I think
passes.
It's gonna be an interesting game to watch. 2-2-0 teams, Bills and Rams.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really good game. Who do you like just right out of the gate? I kind of feel the Rams. They've looked good actually. Their defenses look good. First 2 games.
Bills.
All right, playing a little contrarian. I like it.
Josh Allen.
he's looked good. Got to go up against Jalen Ramsey this week. Rams defense been a little sneaky.
A little better than I thought.
Sneaky.
You have arguably the best D lineman, the best quarterback.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like exactly. It covers a lot of ground. Already beat the Cowboys, beat the Eagles on the road. I mean, West Coast to East Coast, not terrible. Not terrible. Let's see who else we got up here. Jack Doyle. I'm pretty sure that's he's going to be limited. Not really going to make it back in the lineup. Going to be on a snap count. We already covered Mike Thomas, top receivers, and all that good jazz. Duke Johnson, not getting him back into my lineup there.
He's got to string together a couple of weeks for him.
Yeah, what are you guys doing there with receivers? Are you grabbing some Randall Cobb? Brandon Cooks even looks beat up this week. He's questionable. He's limited.
I'm out on the Houston receivers. Like I'm out on the New England running backs. I'm done with them. Will Fuller, I like your potential, but you cannot stay healthy. Your hamstrings seem to be made of thread. So I just hope that you get healthy, find somewhere to run, and catch passes. But it's not in Houston. The training staff is terrible there for you. It's just not working. So I'm out. I'm out on Houston receivers.
I'm with Nick. I mean, it's just Will Fuller has all the potential in the world. Good size, good speed. He has an awesome game week 1, disappears week 2, just never stays healthy. It's just that's been his career, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's so frustrating, man. Like he runs like a 4.12, and he burns everybody once he gets on the field. But his hamstrings it's like they're made of putty. Like they just disintegrate on command, and he's just not available for any time. So people were drafting him high. I would say they're drafting him around like Tyler Boyd area, AJ Green area, that kind of area. And it's a wasted pick almost because he just cannot stay available. It's unfortunate.
Well, that's kind of what I'm getting to here. I think Randall Cobb's going to be the lonely available receiver for this week. Will Fuller hurt. Brandon Cooks, questionable, and now Randall Cobb. So, yeah, I get it. Stay away. Maybe even Randall Cobb gets hurt this week. Who knows? I think beyond that, they still have Kiki Kuti. I mean, would you start Kiki Kuti? I mean, he's put up some stat lines. He's put up production.
Really desperate. I mean, it's just the Texans too. I mean, the Texans are that's another team.
Well, you're telling folks to start Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney's playing behind legitimate receivers: Anthony Miller, Allen Robinson.
He's not behind Anthony Miller.
What's the snap count? We'll pull it up here.
What is that statement you just said over there?
He's not playing behind Anthony Miller.
Oh my!
I know
gosh.
Anthony Miller did not get a ton of
Didn't you write an article earlier?
He's a
rack time.
receiver. Yeah, but right now, I don't think anybody saw a 5th-round receiver from Tulane playing as good as he is.
So yeah, Mooney played, what was it, 60-40 over Miller last week. Mooney was the number 2, but according to snaps, 39 snaps to Miller's 26. And Mooney grabbed the touchdown last week, didn't he?
Yeah, and Miller dropped the touchdown.
Well, Miller won week 1. I mean, we go back and forth all day. It's been 2 weeks, right? No preseason, what to look at. Mooney, 3 catches back-to-back weeks. 35 plus yards in both those games. Respectable. I would just say that Anthony Miller just gives you more potential threat, like more respect.
Trust me, I love me some Anthony Miller, but he's not helping his cause, man.
I guess not. I mean, 3 targets last week, no catches, but week 1, 4 for 6, 76 yards and a tutty. So I think that's a little bit more questionable than just say the only guys available, right? Like, and that's just what I'm getting to. Like, we're trying to give you some value here, show you some opportunities where literally those are the only guys in the room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's tougher situations like the Colts, right? Zach Pascal is getting a lot of talk today. Michael Pittman getting a bunch of talk a few days ago. Michael Pittman led in snaps, but all the talk is, after Paris Campbell goes down, all the talk is that, Zach Pascal is going to supplement the role, and then it's going to be competition after that. So still really early, but if you're looking for some options where it's just like these are the only guys there, like the only ones in the room, looking at like the Jets, the Texans, those are 2 really good options. Looking at, the 49ers, guys like Kendrick Bourne, Mohamed Sanu, Ayuk just got back into the lineup. Those are the only dudes that are there. Kittle, we don't even know if he's going to play this week.
It's bad in the NFL, man. It's like they also said that the field that the 49ers were complaining about, they had like every official out. Yeah, they had every official out there.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yeah, it's good to go. Yeah, no problem.
The NFL is investigating it, so
yeah, because
the investigation is done. They're like, we're good to go.
Yeah, because the week before the Steelers and the Giants played on that same field, no one got injured, no complaints.
Yeah, it's funny. We have the most touchdowns through the first couple of weeks here, but we also have tons of crazy injuries.
Probably the most injuries we've ever had either.
I wouldn't say the most injuries. I would say the most high profile injuries, because
that's true.
We've seen just weeks where people are just taken out left and right, almost to the point where everybody got to realize that injuries are a big part of the game. I say it all the damn
But that Niners game, I've never seen anything like that.
Oh, no. Because it's on both sides of the ball.
You ever heard the body bag game? Like in the early or late 80s? Like 8 people left on stretchers. Like it just,
it was also a different game back then.
I mean,
the stretchers were probably necessary.
It's not apples to apples, yeah.
I understand, but like,
these guys are like,
these guys are running faster.
Those guys are like elbows like flinging.
Yeah.
These guys are running faster. Their muscles are stronger. Like it's just there's so much torque going on. I mean, Zach Miller almost tore off his leg running. Like it's just there's a lot of tension going on in these guys' bodies, and they're tearing.
Johnny Knox was bent over like a slinky. Like his back was just.
I remember that hit. That was wild.
Yeah, absolutely. Bar none, the nastiest.
Felt bad for him.
Alex Smith also pretty close, like second that I've seen. Yeah. I'm sure Theismann, like everyone, like our parents, grandparents, they're talking about that right now. But this is what we've seen.
Yeah.
The Alex Smith thing was very Theismann like though. It was like wasn't it down to like the date or something like that?
Same date, same yard line.
Something crazy.
It was the same situation too, like
same
yardage
team?
and everything.
I think
same
so.
Teams.
Yeah.
Yep. New York Giants.
So we got Dolphins starting out here on offense. 1st and 10, first play of the game here for Fitzpatrick. It's a pass. And a completion. Mike Gesicki.
I don't think that's Gesicki.
Not Mike Gesicki. Some other guy.
Smythe. That's Notre Dame. Darren Smythe.
There you go. So that's one completion for Fitzpatrick. Off to a good start. Smashing start there. We're moving the ball. Let's jump into some of the game previews for this week. We've kind of preluded some of the games that we're high on. Rams, Bills, that's going to be a close one. Bills only -1 favorite. Rams +1. Like,
Wow.
I'm going to be on the Rams. Like,
It's in Buffalo, right?
No, yes, in Buffalo. So, yeah,
There's no home field advantage. There you go, Miles Gaskins.
yeah, not having the Buffalo fans there. So,
Flag!
What
Come
was
on,
that?
bro.
How's that
What
not
is
a
this?
flag?
I didn't head
Dude,
was
what
down.
the fuck was that?
Unbelievable.
That is, and in front of the ref too. The fuck was that?
Unbelievable.
I know. I did it. I did bad.
Yeah, he did it. But
Like, what?
like, just watch this replay again. Nice cutback. Fitzpatrick out there blocking.
Nice.
Doing a block. Okay, clearly done, right?
Yep. They didn't want to
Shoved
show
him
it.
down.
They didn't
Yeah,
want to show
shoved him
it.
down because that's how egregious it was.
No, whatever.
Egregious. What a word.
Stupid ass refs.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for the
Nice
Dolphins at their 33-34. Fitzpatrick dialing, finding
So good.
Parker.
There you go. In the lead now.
Yeah, he's going to get over 3.5 catches.
Yeah, he might get it on this drive.
Yeah, I don't know where you came at with that. Who else we got here? So, yeah, I'm going to take the Rams in that game. I think it's already really close. Plus 102 on the money line, -122 for the Bills. Over-under in that game is 47 points. I think they're expecting a high-scoring game.
Sounds right.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bills.
I'm taking the Bills too.
I'm going to take the Rams in that one. I'm going to go a little contrarian there. What about some of the primetime games? What do you think about the Saints and the Packers? Money line is -151 for the Saints, +131 for the Packers. Saints are hosting this one.
Yeah,
Jair
so-
Alexander will get 2 interceptions against Drew Brees. Drew Brees' arm looked very weak, almost Peyton Manning-esque in the last few years. It just seemed like the power wasn't there. And I know he's been an accurate quarterback, but, dude, you got to get it at least 10 yards, okay? And it just seemed like you weren't able to get it there with some zip. It was just floating the entire time. I think that, there's going to be some interceptions that game. So I'm going against the Saints.
Who you got, Imran?
So I'm going to drop my full picks for the week tomorrow. This game, I think, is going to be high scoring. Both teams have hit the overs in both of their games so far this year, so I see a high scoring game here.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Saints. Breeze did not look good on Sunday, but again, Sean Payton is one of the best coaches in football. I think he's going to recognize that, and I think he's going to alter his game plan to play to Breeze's strengths. I think you're going to see a heavy dose of Kamara and Murray in this game if Thomas doesn't play.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what it's going to be coming down for me. Like, the biggest factor is Thomas's availability. Obviously, they looked completely different up against the Raiders without Mike Thomas. And it's just the Raiders. Like, their defense is not that great. I mean, like I kind of mentioned to you, like in our group text, I was like kind of fist pumping for Derek Carr.
Yeah.
It was difficult because I literally bet on the Saints. Like, what the hell?
Ugh.
Awful
good
throw
play.
by Fitzpatrick.
He wasn't touched.
Oh,
he
he
wasn't
didn't touch
touched. That, you know who that was? That was C.J. Henderson.
I hope
In
not.
college, they
Jakeem Grant, yeah.
when they hit the ground, they're down. So he's not used to that.
I honestly-
He's got to get into the pros.
I did not think that ball was getting there.
Yeah, me neither.
I thought it was like
Not at all.
Doesn't touch him.
Does not touch the ground either.
Never touched him.
It's a clean catch.
Damn
and he goes
good catch.
out for that. He goes out for
good
that.
catch. He never touched him.
Yeah.
He never touched him.
Good.
God, I wish Jakeem Grant had scored a touchdown.
Man, that would have been great.
That's a damn good catch, man.
That would have been a
Anytime
really
touchdown. I
broken
think
play
he's like
because there was
5'6"
everybody else
too.
around him.
Yeah, he's a rocket.
I love
too.
watching him. He's a fun dude to watch.
Fitzpatrick already at the Jaguars 20.
Yeah, this is easy money.
I hope so.
Gaskin.
Gaskin.
Yeah,
Some positive run there.
Yeah.
Down to the 15-14. Back to that game there. For me, Mike Thomas, biggest factor. If he's not
Adams,
available,
Uh-oh.
Adams too. But just because the Packers are just so much more run heavy, and they did have success with him out last year, Adams being out, the Packers were still winning games. So I'm a little bit more comfortable with LaFleur at the helm. He's also been really, really good since coming onto the Packers. What does he only lose, like 4 or 5 games so far?
It was 13. Yeah, 3.
Yes, something like that. So LaFleur's been looking really good for them. If Thomas is out, I'm going to be leaning on the Packers for sure. I think that Adams is going to be in the game no matter what, kind of similar to Julio. I think that he's going to be very similar, touchdown-dependent option, 4 to 6 catches, and needs the tutty to make his day.
I think this is the week where you start seeing the teams separate from each other. You'll see the contenders versus the pretenders.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers are 2-0. The scoring at will, right? So
Mhm.
like 40 a game.
Yep.
But they're going to be playing. They played the Vikings, who look like dog shit,
Mhm.
and they played the Lions, who are the Lions. Now they're playing the Saints, who
Good team.
we also get to figure out what the Saints are.
Mhm. Well, they're 1-1.
Yeah, they're 1-1.
They're 1-1. They did play that one on the road.
Not impressive. Not impressive.
But
at
they
all.
lost, by double digits.
Yeah, absolutely. So if Drew Brees, duds in this game, maybe finishes 1 touchdown, 1 interception, losing effort, are we calling for Jameis Winston to get into this lineup?
I was going to say, do you think they will regret letting Teddy go?
I mean, Teddy. Hey,
They got Taysom.
didn't lose a game for him last year.
Teddy did his job. Taysom, I don't get.
Taysom wasn't even really
I
highlighted
don't know
or
what the
featured.
hell the point is of Taysom.
Do you know how old Taysom Hill is?
Like 31.
He's like 30.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
Easy catches, tackles. I don't know. Just like football plays that you need. Just really clean football plays. Put Taysom Hill in.
That's $10 million a year.
I mean, I didn't say that.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I mean, Winston, you know one thing with Winston, man, he's gonna chuck that shit all over the place,
That's
and to the other team too. But
that's what I'm saying. But like, if you have to bring in Hill, and I mean, they haven't brought in Winston yet, but if you bring in Hill for a 46-yard dime because he's just got a stronger arm in general, like, what's the point of Drew Brees? It's just like a hood ornament,
I don't.
riding to the Super Bowl,
And like the
little
other thing,
bobblehead.
I think let's go.
I don't get it.
I think in his career, I think Hill's thrown like 14 passes, 13 passes.
How many touchdowns?
Like 2 or 3, sure, but I
Probably
mean,
four.
it's not a great ratio.
yeah, it's just I don't know. I mean that's going to be worrisome because a lot of people are talking about that in preseason.
Mhm.
Is he going to have like what happened to Peyton Manning where he had that season when they won the Super Bowl? Ironically, where he just fell off a cliff.
Well, yeah, I mean that did happen, and it was also age, right? Like he was still getting up there
Brees
in
is up
years,
there too.
and you were I mean that's the whole argument. Brees' arm,
Yeah.
like Nick referenced, it looks dead. It doesn't look great. And if you were bringing in backup quarterbacks to make your deep throws for you, similar to like Patrick Mahomes coming in for Alex Smith, like what do you really have there? Oh, right, someone that's out the door, right? Are you really still a Super Bowl contender if Drew Brees, doesn't get it together?
No.
I think you're right. I think that we may see Jameis here soon. Might see maybe strategic injury, punctured lung in Drew Brees' near future. Who is hurt?
He's just a linebacker.
Yeah, well, I have Miles Jack. Okay,
Not
so it's
Miles
a
Jack.
big deal. Jack's 44, I believe, so that's okay. But my God, just don't say some linebacker. Good goodness.
Yeah, it looks like Miles.
Sadly,
Jack
it
or
looks to
something.
be like another season-ending injury. It looks like a knee injury there.
Jesus, unreal. All right, so going over to Monday night, big dogs are playing the Chiefs and the Ravens. Ravens hosting the Chiefs, and they're 3.5 favorites at home, minus 180 on the money line, and the over is at a week high 54.5. Are we seeing remnants of KC Rams?
Fuck yeah,
I hope
bet
so.
that over, baby.
I hope so.
Hashtag Addo. Always bet the over, man. Always the over. Yeah, it's this game I think is going to be fun. I think
hope
the
so.
Ravens have a Ravens have a good defense. Chiefs have an okay defense. They're just weapons all over the place. I think this is going to be fireworks.
Yeah,
I'm happy it's Monday night.
I really hope so. It's going to make for a fun Monday night. Going to be betting a lot of props. Everyone's going to have fantasy relevant players. The Kelseys, the Hills, obviously Mahomes, Jackson, some running backs, and some Marquise Brown action. So yeah, it's going to be a fun one. Who do you got in this game, Nick? You going Ravens or Chiefs?
I'm going to go Chiefs, but I'm going to go under. It's going to be kind of like the Super Bowl that only had like 10 points total. I think that everybody's really hyped about the offenses, but I don't think that they are clicking like we expect them to yet. I think that they need at least one more week to build all the chemistry up and to get, the cobwebs out. But I think it's going to go under because not every offense has looked amazing,
Chiefs did not look good in the first half of last week. That's for certain.
Ravens have looked good in both games, though.
Their
And
defense has
Chiefs
also
in
looked
game
good.
one, yeah.
That's the only reason I'm kind of feeling Nick's take there is just because the Ravens defense has looked really good, and the Chargers were able to lock out Tyreek Hill last week.
But they were able to do that last year.
Until-
That's a team that just matches up well with them.
Yeah, true. But I mean, you got Marcus Peters there, you got Humphrey there in the backfield.
Revenge game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've got dudes that can ball there. So I don't know. My instincts say to the over just because, like I kind of referenced, it could be very reminiscent of that Rams KC game from like 3 years ago or 2 years ago.
Covered the over by itself in that game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, honestly, if fireworks are getting set off, this could hit in the or whatever. You could have the more than half of this total in the first half. You could have 40 point first half.
Would either one of you be surprised if the score was like 30-27?
No.
No, not at all.
That would hit the over.
Yeah, not. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like my instincts say to go with the over, but I kind of feel where Nick's coming from there, just because what I saw from the Chiefs last week. They did come out slow. Tyreek Hill did get shut out. There is a game plan that can lock him down for a bit. Obviously, dude can hit it on any play, right? But at the same time, like I could see that the Ravens D has looked really good. It's not like they just let Houston roll all over them. Houston's got some weapons. They got Watson there. they weren't able to do a ton. Obviously, Baker and company, they have weapons. They weren't able to get going up against them. So, maybe the Ravens defense, does do well at home as well. Obviously, there is still some home factor there.
Got that.
As Fitzpatrick lights up a touchdown for Preston Williams.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Good for him.
I was very close to taking his prop on the touchdown. I avoided it. Was paying good money. I believe it was plus 250. I got the Gaskins one. He had the carry before. Ouch. But Fitzpatrick does hit the tutty, so you guys are on the way to the 2 passing touchdowns for him.
Yep.
And hopefully the Jags get out here and start getting things moving. First drive for the Dolphins, looking like 7 points.
Yeah, very good drive.
Expected, because I believe, it wasn't that I'm high on the Jaguars like they're going to dominate. I'm saying I'm high on them, and it's going to be a shootout. Both defenses suck pretty much.
They're not great.
Jaguars got Miles Jack and CJ Henderson, but those are only 2 players on an 11-man squad. So, there's a lot of holes. Fitzmagic basically just walked down the field, wherever the holes were.
Looking good.
Yeah, so this is exactly how I expected the game to go, to be completely honest.
Well, yeah, we're definitely trending towards the over here for sure. I still took the Jags on the spread, so I don't love the start. I'm not crazy about it, but let's see what the Jags do. They got to get the ball, got to get some touches here. Oh, let's see here. What do you guys think about the Blake Bortles signing in Denver?
Why someone needs to take control away from John Elway signing quarterbacks. Just let him deal with like the defense, something like that. Have an offensive GM come in. I just don't get why he still is paid in the NFL. It's kind of like Brock Osweiler. Just don't understand why people are giving him huge amounts of money. I just think it's kind of like the Good Boys Club, and I feel like Blake Bortles kind of got into that with his 4th overall pick. I think we're going to hear about him for the next decade, just popping up everywhere and just being like, how is this guy still in the NFL?
Yeah, I think it offers a lot of fanfare, They're not putting Drew Lock on the IR, so that's kind of why it was more surprising to me. But you got to get somebody to fill up that backup spot. It's not like Bortles is going to come in there. But it would just be kind of funny to see him resurge if Driscoll doesn't get it together. I really don't know what he could do other than come in and hand it off to Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, it's just a damn shame too. There's so many young weapons on that team, and no one really getting the ball now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm high on Jerry Jeudy. Hopefully he gets healthy for this week.
But Sutton out for the rest of the year. What do you guys think? Do you guys think he's ready to take over, or is it the fan show?
I have both shares of both, so I'm cool.
If there was an actual competent quarterback, I think Jerry Jeudy would have no problem taking over. But I think the carousel that is going to exist in Denver for the quarterback position, forever how long Drew Lock is out, I think that's going to hurt Jerry Jeudy's production a little bit, just because it's not going to get on him every single time. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's going to be some passes that he should have gotten from Drew Lock, but they're going to go over his head or just outside of his reach. And that's unfortunate. Blake Bortles coming in, that doesn't help the receivers. There's no chemistry there. He has no idea their speed of their routes, what they like. It's just they're trying to put in on a Band-Aid on a bleeding wound. It's just like there's a big issue on offense, and they're just trying to put a Band-Aid there, but I don't think it's going to work for him. It's not going to pay dividends.
Yeah, again, he's just coming in as the quarterback. Even if Driscoll was bad, I don't know how bad he could be to be taken off the field for a guy signed off the couch. Not familiar with the playbook. So I think it's Driscoll at the wheel all this week at least. But if he doesn't get it done, Bortles gets a couple of weeks of practice, and you may see him in there. I mean, Driscoll, he's a slinger. He's a slinger. But
he had a couple good games last year
for Detroit. Yeah. He's
mobile.
He can throw. He can keep some plays alive. He has some legs under him. But if he starts taking liberties and turning the ball over a lot, you may see Blake Bortles taking snaps this year in 2020. I mean, we've seen crazier stuff. We saw C.J. Anderson come in for the Rams. In the playoffs.
Help them go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. I mean, we see stuff like this happen, but I mean, for like Jeudy kind of getting back to that, I see, Jeudy getting a respectable amount of volume. It's just that what efficiency is Driscoll? Yeah, exactly. What efficiency is Driscoll going to give him? I think he could easily get 7 or 8 targets a game going forward. But again,
absolutely.
Can he get 5 or 6 catches on it? That's what I'm worried about is Driscoll's accuracy.
I think it helps Fant.
I think it does too. Fant,
already off to a good start this year.
Already great. Leads the team in receptions,
yards, and touchdowns.
Yeah, I love it. As Minshew takes the field for his first snap, 1st and 10, handoff, play action.
Got all day. all day. Oh God, good throw.
Easy dump off to Robinson for a very beautiful
Very
gain.
sneaky.
And about to hit his receiving prop just on one play there.
The first play.
Yeah, I love it.
I love that little shimmy. It's not even a shimmy. He just casually just stepped to the right. I don't even know if he turned. He just. It was just beautiful. Watch this. Just
Dolphins defense.
No.
Turned his hips just a little.
In slow motion, it looks more significant, but in real time, it was just like
very casual. You're right.
Super casual vibes.
Oh, I love it.
If full PPR league, that's already 3.5 points on one play.
Get him, Robinson. Coming out of nowhere.
24 yards on one play.
From
ISU. Shout out Redbirds.
Oh God.
Another good handoff. Oh, that helps for just our Thrive promo or whatever, our Thrive lineup in general too. Was it 12th in rushing, 21st in passing with Minshew, man? Week 1 plays a big role. What are you about? We're talking about Russell Wilson earlier. Actually, that point total is at 56. They are at the highest point. I didn't see that game.
I took the over. Yeah.
Feeling it.
I told you guys in my article, like this week, like one of the things I just caught up. I do this every year. I get caught up in the games, the spreads, the money line, whatever. I just forget about the total sometimes. And it's not even just hindsight. Like last week, if you had asked me what I thought would have been like a safe bet, I would have said that the fuck Conley is an easy man.
Conley with a drop.
Unbelievable.
Caught
him.
First down. But like looking at that Falcons-Cowboys game, like the Cowboys have an okay defense, but not great. And the Falcons.
No, I think the Cowboys defense is bad.
They are terrible.
At one point, I think statistically last year they were like top 5, but they
should be 0-2.
Yeah.
They should be 0-2.
Oh, no, absolutely. So, but I would have told you, like, oh, this over would have been easy. It was like 40-something. But, like, yeah, that was the high of the game. So I was looking at a lot of these games, and, like, I just see, and I'm also looking at how teams are trending. Like, that's another game. That's the third game I picked where I think that a game's going to go over. I think Seattle's defense isn't very good either.
It's a big total.
It is, but
But
Seattle's Seattle also both
Fourth
weeks. Down. That's another team that's hit the over in their games both weeks and crushed it.
Oh, Seattle's been beautiful.
Yeah, I think Seattle week 1 was almost 80 points combined with Atlanta, and last week was 75.
Well, when you got Russ Wilson throwing for 9 touchdowns in 2 weeks,
wow,
what do you expect?
And honestly, man, I know everybody talks about Mahomes' arm, who's got the best arm in the NFL, but God, Russell Wilson
for pound.
Is his deep ball.
He's a different beast, and the big thing, like I'm not going to say that Russ Wilson has a better deep ball than Mahomes, but I'm going to say his body of work. He's more well-rounded, and his playbook just allows him to do more with the play action, coming out of the pocket, and being able to extend plays. That Gilmore posterized touchdown by DK Metcalf, beautiful, first off, just beautiful. But that happened because Russ extended the play, and he didn't roll. I don't think he got outside the numbers on the pass.
He got out enough.
But he got out enough, outside the pocket, and he just extends the play. Mahomes, dude, that guy can take 10 step back drops and still heave it.
Tyreek Hill? Like, unfair.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not ready to bring Mahomes down the board yet. Me and Nick were talking about this before you got here about just the transition from week 1 to week 2. Like Mahomes was still king of the league after cutting it up on week 1, making all of his players fantasy relevant. Hill receiving touchdown, Kelsey touchdown, Watkins touchdown, Clyde Edwards-Helaire touchdown, and Mahomes still had 2 or 3 passing touchdowns. Still king, right? Enter week 2. Enter all of these plays by Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, Matt Ryan even going off, and like everyone just forgets about Mahomes because he has a bad first half.
Yeah. And
he still leads his team to a victory. I'm seeing rankings with Mahomes going into week 3 as QB5. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just not there. I don't agree.
No. I mean, again, yeah. It's like those 3. I think Russell Wilson also, like I was seeing the odds from DraftKings. They have him as their favorite right now for MVP. It's 2 weeks in, but this guy's body of work, he should have already gotten one at some point. He's just playing some good football. DK is blossoming. Tyler Lockett's solid. That offense just looked like Carson's a receiving weapon now too. Like that team's going to be fun to watch. They're going to light
Carroll's
up.
Playing chess. He's getting after it. Pete Carroll's getting after it.
They're going to light it up. And Dallas, again, they had to come back, right? They spotted the Falcons 20 because of their own stupidity with 4 first-quarter fumbles.
It's crazy.
And a dumbass fake punt in their own plus side of the end zone, on the field, I'm sorry. But they have the weapons with CeeDee Lamb, who had a big game, right? Amari Cooper, Zeke, Dak. They can light it up, too. I think that game.
Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, Dalton Schultz. He could get in on the action. 56 doesn't scare me. It's a big number. It's a big number, but
The under is at plus money. So
yeah.
everyone's on the over.
Yeah.
Everyone's on the over. You got to like being at 56 and having to take a risk. It's just like, what? Oh, excuse me. No, I think everyone's firing up like every weapon in that game, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Going over to this, I think this is going to be a close one, actually. And you may not feel that way, but Broncos, Buccaneers. Buccaneers going on the road.
I think that's going to be close. I picked the Bucks last week. I'm sorry, the Broncos last week to cover the +7 in Pittsburgh. It's a Vic Fangio defense. They got some players. You know, they still got Bradley Chubb. They still have AJ Bouye and Justin Simmons.
AJ Bouye is hurt.
Oh, fuck.
But they got Simmons still.
Yeah.
I like Justin Simmons.
I like Simmons a lot. Very underrated safety. I think it's +6. I think the Broncos will cover. I'm sorry. I don't
move to 5.5. Actually,
5.5. I think Tampa covers that at home. It's not going to be a blowout.
Tampa's on the road. It's in Mile High.
I'm sorry. I misheard that.
Yeah.
If it's in Mile High,
so I'm saying I think it's going to be closer than people think.
Closer than people think. And Denver is a really tough place to play the first couple of weeks of the season. I saw a weird stat from last year. Actually, the Bears played them. Like the Broncos had like 2 losses in the last 30 years in weeks 2 and 3 because the altitude, the weather, it's kind of hot there. It bothers people. I see.
They had a respectable humidity still.
Yep, and the thin air. So +5.5 at home. I think they can cover it. I think the Bucks are going to win. Only thing I'll be worried about is whoever quarterback is if they turn it over. If they run the ball, if they play safe football and keep it close, I think they can cover. If the turnovers start happening, then Brady's going to make them pay.
What do you think, Nick?
No, I don't think Broncos are going to cover. I think that they're going to be really hurting because all their major weapons are going to be out, and it's just going to be a piece together offense, and it's going against one of the better defenses in the NFL, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With their pass rush and stuff, their offense, the Broncos' offensive line isn't the greatest thing in the world. I'm not saying it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I think there's going to be a difference between the offenses with Tampa Bay, starting to hit their stride, and Broncos just trying to hold the season together with glue. So, yeah.
I could see a big
covering.
I could see a big Melvin Gordon showing this week. I think it's going to be a lot of Melvin Gordon. Receiving, rushing, going to be a lot of him. Might even see Royce Freeman take one to the end zone. We're not really sure here.
I hope.
I think. Well, I hope. I
could see it happening.
I could see it happening just because of the strong defensive front for the Buccaneers. Like they have a really good defensive line, so I think that Melvin Gordon is going to catch quite a few passes this week. I think Noah Fant is in line, and one of these receivers I think could potentially go off, but I think Driscoll is going to spread it out. And like you kind of highlighted, I think Fant's going to be the featured guy there after Melvin Gordon. What do you think about Justin Herbert in week 2? Chargers hosting the Panthers.
Start him. I mean, if you're in a 2-quarterback league, Panthers are trash. Their defense or the team is just, especially with no McCaffrey. And he did pretty well, last week against the Chiefs defense, which is a lot better. You got Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Eckler, Josh Kelly is making it.
He's a real thing in my opinion. Fitzpatrick with a nice run.
What is that? What was his prop?
18.
Oh, I thought it was 13.
18 point. Or no,
he's 13.
Minshew was 18.
I think he was lower. He was like
13. I thought 13 and a half.
Oh yeah.
May have just hit it right there.
Absolutely.
I mean, they spread him out wide.
I mean,
no one in there in the backfield with him.
But just look at that. Oof.
Schobert looks slow, man.
Yeah, just watch this. Excuse me.
He looks slow.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
I mean, it's the quarterback.
Look at that terrible.
Schobert was the guy
carrying it like a loaf of bread, looking like little Sean McCoy out there. You got to hold it high and tight. Tiki Barber can tell you about his fumbling issues. Talk to him; it'll be better for you. Oh, here we go.
End around. Oh, beautiful play call.
He's fast.
This guy's so fast.
Oh, is
Jakeem Grant. Oh,
he's going to the house.
He's a fun player, man. I love watching me some Jakeem Grant.
Dolphins looking to go up quick. Offense is looking explosive, like they've got every tool in the box to cut up.
Minshew Mania was not ready to be the favorite tonight.
Well, Jags only had one
three plays.
Yeah, they were 3 and out. So we'll see how they respond here.
Yeah,
Jags may have came out more conservative, and I did not like Minshew's throw on 3rd down. It was just like a 1-yard nothing.
Conley should have also caught that ball in second.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, but that was a perfect timing.
That was a great play there by Grant.
Perfect timing. Jump ball at Parker here is one of my guys.
Yeah, see, look at that. 17-4 plays, and the 4th play was a punt.
Did I call that? Oh, he dropped it.
Pass interference.
Oh, yeah, he got there early.
Ouch.
Ooh, this smells like a Jordan Howard touchdown.
Would have been a pass deflection from my boy.
Gaskins.
What are you guys thinking?
Oh, I think they got a run here.
Yeah, I'm thinking Jordan
I
Howard.
think they got a run here.
Oh yeah.
I don't love that call though either. It's just a slap on the arm. It's not a hold. It's a slap on the arm.
No, he's holding that arm.
That arm is okay. I didn't get
Yeah,
that. I didn't get that
yeah.
angle though. I was looking at the
Yeah.
right arm. I did not see his left arm around his front.
Yeah. When they slew it down, you can see it better.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a hold on the left arm for Parker. It's absolutely wrapped. Henderson showing the inexperience tonight on that missed tackle and then the lack of pass deflection.
Welcome to the NFL.
Yeah, he's not
getting beat up by the Dolphins.
So who are they giving it to here? Are they giving it to Gaskin
Howard.
or Howard?
34. That's Howard. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jordan Howard stealing more red zone touches.
Oh, did he get it? I didn't see the.
I think
I didn't see the hands.
Jordan Howard touchdown.
Unbelievable.
What about him this week or this year? Whatever. Just no volume, like no touches.
He's like a Mark Ingram.
Getting touchdowns.
Yeah, he's just.
Mark Ingram has had more touches in one game than Howard's had all year.
Yeah, Jordan Howard. He's like he would have been a great running back if it was like still the 90s. Like if he was just required to run. Like I mean, when he was a featured back,
he's like a goal line guy right now.
Yeah,
like,
and
that's it.
That's
like,
all he is now. I mean.
It's hard to get him into your lineup when he's just no touches.
And that's literally all he's doing. Like he's got what is it, like 14 carries now this year and 3 touchdowns. A touchdown in each game. I mean, goal line, it reminds me of, you guys remember 06 when the Steelers went to the Super Bowl? Deuce Staley had like 1,300 yards rushing.
Yeah.
But they kept bringing in like Jerome Bettis because they're like, all right, I just want to guarantee this touchdown.
Yeah, because you just want it. You just need it.
I mean, I hate it for fantasy purposes as a coach, but I get it. No nonsense. Get the touchdown, get out.
Tua with the helmet. Tua with the helmet on. He's ready to go.
Oh yeah, Fitzpatrick.
Maybe they're going to get up in this game, Nick, and they're going to get Tua some touches.
Told you someone knows something at DFS for sure.
What's another matchup here? How about the Cardinals starting off 2-0, hosting the Lions? Are they going to get it 3-0?
Oh, yeah.
That totals at 55.
Yep, that's another high scoring game. I like that over too because I think if Galladay plays,
I was going to say I don't like it if Galladay's out.
That's why I didn't pick that game today because I just that was too Galladay dependent. So I had other games I felt stronger about.
55 is high for the Lions.
50,
oh my gosh!
No.
I didn't even know I had Jordan Howard, and so I got Myles Gaskins and Jordan Howard just tearing it up for me.
I didn't know I had him in.
Nice.
It's a win.
Nice.
Like,
W's.
He's just like he got creeping onto the phone. He's like, "Wait a second,
But yeah,
let me check that
Sorry,
really
I
quick."
didn't mean to interrupt you guys. I was just like, oh man.
Let me
No,
just check that
that's
really
fine.
I
quick.
thought he was on my bench. That's why I checked. I was like, oh gosh.
He's
I was actually smart.
come on, Nick. You knew this was a good matchup.
Hey, yeah, exactly. That's what
Also yourself,
I got Myles Gaskins, Jordan Howard, Laviska Shenault, and Devontae Parker.
Is that are you playing DFS in this game or is that your fantasy?
That's my fantasy team. That's my fantasy team.
Nick heavily invested into Thursday night football.
Didn't even realize it, guys. I haven't been really talking it up, but
Nick's all over this game.
I like to stay away whenever I can. I almost bench Shark healthy. Jesus.
Yeah, so week 2, the Cardinals played a decent, Washington football team defense, and they dropped 30. The Lions' defense is terrible. They have so many injuries. They just can't get out of their own way.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they have nobody that can match up with Hopkins, Drake, and this is going to get ugly. I think in this game, if they have Galladay, I think the Lions are going to be able to keep it close in the first half. And maybe keep it competitive, like a 14-17 in the first half. But that's why I think second half they're going to show their true colors, and their defense just isn't going to be able to carry them anymore. And I think it's going to get ugly.
Yeah, I don't see the total hitting here. I just don't think the Lions are going to do enough. And even if Kenny Galladay does play first week back, it could be on some snap counts. Maybe he gets a touchdown and then they sit him down or something like that, or even potential re-aggravation. And the rest of the offense just doesn't cook without him just the same way. So yeah, I'm gonna say the under there. What do you think, Nick? Can they hit the total there?
No, but I think it's going to be very lopsided with the Cardinals. They, I actually picked up Jared Davis because I liked how he was, punishing running backs, but I'm not playing him this week because I don't think that the Detroit Lions defense can handle Kyler Murray. It's not that they can't contain, like, strategy-wise, is that they physically cannot contain him. Like, they'll think that they got him and he'll just wiggle his way out. Mm-hmm. He kind of looks like he just like came from a party and was just like, oh shit, I got to play football today. Let me get my jersey on and stuff. Kind of like street football. He almost reminds me of like the NFL street players and stuff. But he's very hard. He's very slippery. And I just think the Detroit Lions just don't have the defensive firepower to even try to contain him.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Cardinals probably run up the score there. Just not sure what the Lions can do to keep pace. We saw them do it in the second half against the Packers, but they just were not answering the call in the first half. We got Jacksonville back on the field, offense. Minshew taking his first snap. Handoff. Robinson. First down. Good first run. Minshew only has that first miss, and that was just a drop. So he's 2 for 3 for 26 yards. Like to see the Jags get cooking on this drive here. All right. I know you've been waiting for this one, Emron. Atlanta Falcons hosting the Chicago Bears. Obviously, we're on the Bears. +3, right?
Yeah, I think the Bears play good as underdogs like they did in week 1. And, everybody's going to lace a homer. It's just I try to be objective as I can. If their defense, plays how they play this year, which is pretty damn good, I think they'll be okay. Their offense, honestly, just can't dick around. Like if the defense,
Mitch can't dick around.
Well, Mitch threw a dime last week when the defense gave him a turnover.
One dime. I need 10 dimes.
Mitch threw plenty of dimes in week 1. He just didn't do it the entire game. And we don't need dimes from Mitch. We need Mitch just to manage himself better. Like literally just manage the mistakes, clean it up if he's going to be on the field.
Well, he's going to need to throw dimes when you're playing like an offense like this that can drop 35 a game.
You don't have to. That's pretty much the counter argument is if the defense is bad for the Falcons, you don't need Mitch to take liberties. He can play it safe. He should be able to come out and flourish in this game by just doing the simple things up against a bad defense. I would hope that he doesn't have to take as many deep shots and take as many risks.
Well, not that you have to, but if the defense is giving it to you, if you have a one-on-one matchup, throwing a dime is not a bad thing.
Well, sure, yeah, of course, yeah. But I mean, like we saw the Anthony Miller play, right? Almost the exact same play in week 2 that they won the game with in week 1, right? Drops it, drops it. Yeah, you talked up Darnell Mooney earlier. Kind of talked down some Miller, kind of mismanaging.
Well, it's just he's had a history of getting in the doghouse with Nagy. He does stuff like week 1 where he literally wins them.
LaVisca, here we go, LaVisca.
That was a tight window.
There we go.
Good. He's just fun to watch.
That was a tight window.
It's not like I didn't know what I was talking about 5 weeks ago. Sorry, Emma.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I was saying earlier, Chenault season. Just look at this. Just
look at that.
Look
at the strength. Look at the strength. Look at the balance.
The hit. He literally just eats the hit.
He's like, nom.
This is not an easy catch, guys. Boom. Good contact from 53.
And keeps going. I love it.
And got an extra 10 yards?
Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
First down. You got 2 catches.
Well, yeah. Someone's got to be the guy.
He's the dude.
All day Minshew. Oh, there goes this prop.
Oh, that's blown up. That's blown up.
Yeah.
Whoa, where's the penalty? You kicking Minshew? What's going on?
His is 18.5. What did he get right there? 16?
Something.
Yeah. He's
flag. That's coming back.
No. If anything, they'll get it. That's a late flag for a hold. Yeah. That's a real. I got to think it's on like the defense or something after the play. That's a late flag for a hold. Yeah, we changed our mind. Bring it back.
Dan Snyder.
While they're doing this, they're trying to figure out the call. Back to the Bears game. I think this is a game where you do what you did last week before you kind of went off the rails. Now you run David Montgomery. I'm sorry. That line with Juan Castillo running it in virtually the same place as last year. It's been a lot better this year. They're one of the best rushing offenses, averaging 150 a game. Control the game, run play action. Similar to the style of offense, the Niners run, where they rely on the run and then do on play action. I think if you do that, I think it's a safe game, but you cannot dick around.
Keep it clean for Mitch. Yeah, that's it. Just keep it clean. I mean, I don't think that's that much to ask. No, I'm not asking the dude to set the world on fire. No. I'm just asking him to play well enough so that I don't have to yell Nick Foles during the third quarter every week.
No, so
Big Nick.
Big
Dick Nick.
So my thing is he's gonna have he's gonna have his opportunities with this defense to go deep, get some big plays, get some touchdowns. But they got to capitalize. They got to finish drives with touchdowns, get some points. The defense will do their thing, but it's not realistic to expect the defense to hold every single team to 13 points.
So how do the Falcons win?
Falcons win.
Play defense.
You got play defense. Don't give the Bears any cheap touchdowns. Make them earn everything. Like Mitch has shown his inability to be consistent in his career. Like last week against the Giants, they were doing good. One I don't think was his fault, but still had 2 interceptions in the second half. If you can keep those drives long and not give up anything cheap, eventually he may either throw bad incompletions or may throw it right back to you. But on your offense, you're gonna have to try to protect Matt Ryan. They're starting right tackles out this week, so you got a backup going there and dealing with Robert Quinn, Akeem Hicks, and Mack. That's a problem. Robert Quinn.
He's going to be dealing with Mack specifically.
Yeah. So last week, Robert Quinn's first play, straight upset. Yeah, good luck. Nah, it's nice to have two pass rushers. That's the thing.
Give me that, Rob.
And
Give me that, Rob.
And then the strength of the Bears defense, I mean, I think it's the front seven, but their secondary is pretty good. They have 2 All-Pros back there. So keep Matt Ryan up.
Yeah, Eddie Jackson with that front seven is a pretty nice pair.
Yeah, they robbed him of a pick 6 last week.
I know.
Bullshit ass call.
That would. Game does look a little bit different if that goes our way for sure.
But if the defense, they're human. If they have a bad day, let's say the Atlanta scores like 24. I mean, that's not unrealistic, right?
No,
offense.
They can blow that lead too.
Yeah. Well, maybe you get down 20-3.
I won't be worried if they go up. That's for certain. I like if they go up by a tutty really quick. I'm not gonna be
it's
like,
all right. We're up 28. They're up 28-0 game, guys. Here we go. We got it.
I'm not gonna be overly concerned.
No, and the other thing in the game is you can't let them hang around because they have the weapons to score it up. They're not going to be like the Lions who are depleted or the Giants.
Absolutely.
If it's a 1-score game and they have a chance to tie it up or take the lead at the end, they're more likely than not going to do it because they have a better quarter. Well, I don't think Ryan's that much better than Stafford, but they're playing the most prolific offense in their first 3 games.
Yeah, absolutely. And the matchups have been really nice for Mitch. The proof really is going to be going forward once we get to some of the tougher matchups. Like
starts week 4.
Yeah, Colts, and then who do you get? Tennessee after that.
Colts, Tampa. Then you got Tampa Thursday night.
Yeah, Tampa. I think we can do some damage on. I think we can do some damage on Tampa just based off of. I don't love their secondary. Everyone's talking up Carlton Davis, and I'm just like,
Carlton Davis. I don't know.
No, we'll see. But I think in this game, I definitely taking the Bears +3. Mm-hmm. Still deciding on. I'm gonna probably wait to see tomorrow's report about Julio to see if I pick them straight up.
Okay, sounds good. I mean, I feel pretty similar. I mean, if Julio's not in there, I still feel like it's going to be a lot of passing, but obviously he's going to lend more upside to the Falcons. What are you going to say, Nick?
I'm going Falcons because I don't think Mitch is going to be able to string together 4 straight quarters of good play. And
well, he's definitely not going to do that.
And the thing is that really with the Atlanta Falcons, you don't need 4 quarters to win. You really just need like 2. Unfortunately, I still don't think he'll be able to string together 2 together.
I'll go 50-50.
50-50, that's fine with me. I mean, that's good odds.
First and fourth quarter, give them to me.
He just hasn't proven to me that he can consistently take the Bears offense and consistently lead them down the field. He will. It seems like he'll almost stop more drives than help drives, and it's only when it's really in the crunch time. But dude, like this is the NFL. Like you're not going to hit every single time, and you're not that great of a quarterback right now to say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to come back every single time." It's just right now you have gotten those lucky shots, basically, but. You got to start stringing them together and start getting some consistency in Chicago, or you're going to be on the way out. Foles is going to be in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I'm all over that. I'm not in love with Trubisky yet. He hasn't really.
Catch,
great catch. Minshew to
Keelan
Cole. Wow,
very good catch.
Almost down to the 10 now for the Jags. They're in scoring position. Should be putting points on the board this drive. Excuse me. Going back to Mitch. Yeah, I mean, maybe he gets 2 good quarters. Maybe it's 1. I don't really know. 3 for 8 so far is what I say. 8 quarters played, 3 solid quarters. That's really all.
That's exactly what it is. 1 quarter week 1, 2 week 2. Mm-hmm. Maybe he's progressing. Maybe we get 3 this week.
There you go.
He's just warming up.
There it is.
I've always had a soft spot for Mitch. Being a Bears fan, dying to have a quarterback, Robinson.
You want him to succeed. Robinson with the touchdown.
I love that.
There you go. James Robinson showing his balls.
Yep.
Touchdown.
Same here.
Yeah, that was easy. But yeah,
Donnie says, "What up?"
Trying to be.
Where's Donnie? I'm gonna go say hi to Donnie.
So just being like an unbiased fan, like I said, in this game, like the Bears offense has to score more than 17.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. The defense, like I said, if the defense.
Well, no, like probably more than 24. I think the Falcons can still put that up. That's 3 touchdowns and a field goal.
Yeah.
Their pace of play, I think, can just easily hit that.
Yeah, and I think they just got to stay consistent, call good drives. Rely on David Montgomery. I think what we're starting to see this year, like when he gets a decent line, he's another player I spotlighted in the summer when we were writing articles. He's gotten a decent line. He's just they are literally before Nagy inexplicably decided to go away. Like they were riding him to the wind. They just giving him the ball. He's running it, and then he had that sweet little touchdown catch he had. Mm-hmm. He's a weapon. Ride him out. And maybe Allen Robinson decides to wake up this week.
Maybe. I mean, he had a solid week 1. But things were rocky from week 1 to week 2. Okay, things got a little weird around Chicago.
Yeah.
Donnie was talking up Keelan Cole, definitely an underrated wide receiver for sure.
Yeah.
Helps out a lot to highlight him this week with Shark out. But yeah, I mean, even with Shark there, Keelan Cole's been kind of cutting it up here the first couple of weeks. Really helps out when Minshew really spread things around. Loving it. What's another good matchup I'm looking at here? I'm still going to take the Bears on the plus money, +3 on the spread.
What about Washington football team versus the Browns?
It's going to be a good one, actually, I think. I mean, the Browns are all run. I mean, and then Washington football team, they came out passing in the second half last week. I think it might be something similar to start this game. Your boy Terry got a touchdown. Scary Terry went off, got him some numbers. Got him
a
some
touchdown. He's not going to light it up for like 1,000 yards this year, guys. Like he's a great receiver. I really do think he's going to be there for 10 years and probably be one of the most productive receivers we've had come through. But just this year, he's just not going to be that guy. He's not going to be DK Metcalf, you know.
Well,
but they were in the same draft class, and they both were those top rookie receivers that came up. But everybody's a lot higher on DK because he actually has a quarterback that
best
can throw him
in
the
show
ball.
Quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I'm high on him for like future. Like he'd be great for keepers, but I'm not.
You don't think he's going to get 1,000 yards?
No, he didn't get 1,000 yards last year.
Well, he's a rookie last year.
I don't care.
Metcalf broke the receiving record for rookie.
Yeah, he's
last year.
20% of the way there in 2 games.
125 last week. Is that what it was?
186 on the season.
Yeah. Well, 125 last week.
That every game now.
Doubles his week
He
1 production.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that. Like it's a big leap. It's a big leap from game 1 against the Eagles to a team like the Cardinals with a kind of shaky secondary playing ahead. I'll call it garbage time in my opinion. Terry was able to rack up. But it could be something similar this week. He's going to have Denzel Ward on him, though. I don't know if that may be the case against the Browns. That might be a sit candidate up against the Browns just because Denzel Ward is just so savvy.
It's the one player on their defense.
Yeah, I mean, Myles Garrett's been doing some damage there up front.
Yeah, I should have said secondary.
He got paid, despite
he's a good
the acts of violence. Myles Garrett still blowing my mind, but whatever. Got paid, has been kind of disruptive. I think he didn't have the touchdown, but he forced a fumble up against the Bengals for a touchdown last week. So I mean, he's kind of getting it done. But
shit, I thought Tony Baselli was on the Jags coaching staff.
Tony Baselli?
There he is.
Wow.
I was like, he looks familiar. Sorry,
Remember he was drafted first overall in the expansion draft and did not play a single down?
Yeah, that's what they were just talking about.
Oh,
awesome. Donnie was asking about Fant this week. Really high on Noah Fant. With Sutton going down, with Drew Lock going out, I think Driscoll could definitely lean on Fant, safe throws, quick easy outs. You're
safety blanket.
You're gonna have the Tampa front seven that's pretty strong, pretty relevant in the league. So I think they're gonna be coming fast and heavy down the middle. It's gonna be a lot of Melvin Gordon and Noah Fant this week. Yeah, DK Metcalf has gotten some decent points for sure. Posterizing Stephen Gilmore's first touchdown that he's allowed in the NFL to DK Metcalf. I'm just like,
Megatron.
Just go up and get it, play. Like, just that's what it was. It was who's going to win this ball grab, and it was DK Metcalf. I mean, but
Parker again.
Just look at him. He's a monster.
Yeah, for sure. He has like 2% body fat.
Parker with another catch. Fitzpatrick just looking really good tonight.
Really solid.
Really good tonight. He should be hitting that completion prop for me. I don't see how he doesn't.
He's probably halfway there already.
I think he's got 9 or 10.
What do you need? 23?
23.
Over?
It's over 22.5.
Yeah, that's easy money.
Yeah.
Barring injury.
7 for 7.
I'm looking forward to it here. We got 12 minutes
He's only
left.
7 for 7?
What?
For 84 yards.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Ouch. I thought he at least had 9. They're killing me. No, I mean, if he's already at 7, we got 12 minutes left in the half. Flag on the play. Yeah, Donnie, Metcalf, absolute unit. I mean, that whole squad, really, like the Seahawks, they have every piece. They have every piece. I mean, Carlos Hyde is still, getting work done. He's still getting production. It's pissing me off. I really do. Just feed Carson. And you know what? Realistically, don't let me run your football team because I'll run somebody into the ground. Like, I'll tear ACLs, running running backs into the ground.
Oh, you want 500 touches, Le'Veon Bell? You're getting 550.
You got it, buddy. You got it. If Le'Veon Bell, if I'm his coach and he said, Coach, can I have 500 touches? I say, yeah, sure. You want what? Yeah, absolutely, guy.
I'm going to break down after.
Le'Veon Bell left. Le'Veon Bell right. Le'Veon Bell in the middle.
Ooh,
Nice
little
touch.
dunk. Little
I
dink
love
and dunk.
Fitzpatrick, man. He's just a good. I love
He's a
him.
good dude. He's a good dude. He's from Harvard.
It's a nice little play
Smart
there.
guy.
What's that? 9 yards, just super easy.
Yeah. And he saw it too, like just the poise with that little run he had, that little shuffle on Schubert.
It's just a good quarterback. You know it's 1st and 20. You don't have to get it all on one play. He just cut it in half on one throw.
And to think he's just holding to his place.
Yep. Sadly, that's been the case a lot of places he went.
Yeah, I don't mind it. 2nd and 9 for Fitzpatrick.
Do you know the team that he was drafted by?
St. Louis Rams.
Yep.
7th round.
7th round, nice. Good on him. Quite the career.
I think he came in 08, 09.
That sounds right.
Yeah, because he's bounced. I think he's played for what
Buffalo, Miami, St. Louis. Let me see.
Houston, Cincinnati, Tennessee,
Oh
Jets,
my
Bills.
gosh. Jeez.
Oh, it's been all over the place, man.
That's intense.
Yeah, he reminds me a lot of Josh McCown. That's the guy. If you look at the teams he's played for, he's played all.
I mean, he's still potentially
he's on an active roster.
Is he right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was still off. Is he on the Eagles?
Yeah, he's got a sweet gig. He's on because they changed.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's making $12K a year
on his couch. On his couch because of COVID or whatever.
Oh God, I love him.
Good.
He might have got it. It's
a good hit on 3rd and 8.
He definitely got his over, by the way.
Oh, for the rushing attempt? Yeah, absolutely. The rush for sure.
Apparently, Eric Enestra is 2-0 in his fantasy football league and wanted to shout us out for that. So
nice.
Good
That's
job,
my guy,
Eric.
He's always supporting the pod, sharing, and we appreciate you, man. That's our goal, man, helping you guys out.
Thank you, sir. Get after it.
Well, what do you think has been the best take from us to help you win for you? Like, what do you think is the best one? Probably me over here. Probably had one. Maybe Mike Gesicki. Maybe Eric Ebron. I don't know.
What's Eric Ebron doing for you?
I don't know. But he's doing something.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. What he's done so far. All right, we got a penalty here. We just got 1st down. What are they doing over here? Someone's picking up flags. Oh, he wanted to challenge the spot of the ball. Yeah, they're going to challenge it.
It's enough though.
Well, we'll see. We're gonna have a little break from that. Man, not a ton of scoring here. Fitzpatrick 8 for 8, 96 passing yards and a touchdown. Minshew 5 for 6 and 56 passing yards. Not looking good for his prop. Gaskin 9 carries for 33 rushing yards. He's closing in on his game total. Fitzpatrick 2 for 21, as mentioned, busted out his prop. Jakeem Grant, the 1 for 29. That's a nice one. Jordan Howard, 1 rushing attempt, 1 yard for 1 touchdown.
8 points.
Watch him get it on.
In comparison, Matt Breida, 1 carry, 1 yard, no touchdown. Sorry, Breida. James Robinson, 5 for 30 and a touchdown. Minshew, 2 for 19. Already did bust his prop by the half yard. He was at 18.5, so he's busted his. Devontae Parker, 2 catches for 37 yards. Grant, 1 for 19. Gaskin, 2 for 19. Isaiah Ford, 1 for 11. Could potentially still hit his prop. He's only like 30 yards. Smith, 1 for 7. And Williams, 1 for 3 with a touchdown. So far for the Jags, you got Robinson, 1 for 24. Chenal, 2 for 18. Kolf, 1 for 11. And Johnson, 1 for 3. So far, Sanders has made 2 pats.
Eric Enestra said, watching y'all draft gave me a blueprint on how to draft. Well, I'm glad that helped.
That does help. Blueprints are nice.
Live draft was fun.
Live draft was solid. Don't give me PTSD.
Talking about sprints for the Saints having 10 penalties for over 100 yards. He was like, I didn't know the Saints had that. And I was like, sounds like sprints at practice.
Ouch. Don't give me PTSD.
I'm guessing, Donnie, you had a lot of false starts, a lot of holding calls, a lot of sprints after practice.
Well, we appreciate you hearing our opinions, Donnie. Thank you. Noah Fant, absolutely, Cam. Going to be solid going forward.
Mike Gesicki also, Cam. Cam, I'm going against you this week. I'm going to dominate you. Don't you worry about it. You can just take the L this week and get ready for next week.
Mike Gesicki better get moving. He doesn't have any catches yet.
Don't you worry about Mike Gesicki. He's going to show up.
I got him under 4 catches. Under 4.5, sorry. I said he would hit 4. I have under 4.5 catches for Mike Gesicki. On pace. Hit the prop, Gesicki. All right, what we got here? 4th and 1. Looks like the Jags won the challenge.
Yeah, Maroon, you maroon.
But they're going for it. Gotta love it.
Love it.
At
Brian
the 50.
Flores.
I kind of hope the Jags just pull one off here because I would like them to get back in the game and it'd be great field position. Make this thing a little bit more interesting.
Oh my God, I
Fitzmagic
love
all day.
Fitzpatrick.
Oh, he took over Miles Jack for the truck stick.
I just love him so
Miles Jack's
much,
points.
man.
That's all I care about.
Like, it's so
Thank you,
beautiful,
Miles
man.
Jack, for getting in the way.
This guy's like what, almost 40, and like I bet you the Saints wish they had him.
That was a great play. Well, I guess. I mean,
He can actually throw the ball.
they have
downfield.
3 quarterbacks, the Saints.
Are you doing good though?
Taysom Hill. He's a football player.
Jameis Winston, 30 for 30 last year.
He's gonna. End
I don't know if that's still good. I don't know. I said it last year not to write him out. I told him not to. He lost people their championship week. He definitely got people to their championship week, so it's kind of a mixed bag. Tackle for loss, give me that money.
pretty much. Basically, what Winston did last year was for every 4 touchdowns he threw to your guys, he threw one to the other team.
Yep.
Like you get.
But in fantasy, right? Like if you're getting the 6 points for a touchdown and you only get 2 or -4, like you're still coming out on top positive. I mean, I was seeing weeks that he was throwing 3 interceptions and still getting 25 fantasy points.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
especially if it's in -2 or -1.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like it's kind of difficult. So I don't know.
He was actually with that 30 for 30 season. He was top 5 fantasy production.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's super.
He had
cool.
the 5,000 yards.
I was telling people, I won't back away from it. I was telling people all last year, don't start this guy. Don't start this guy. Eventually, he's going to cause a problem for you, you know?
It happened.
And there was plenty of other quarterbacks going off. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like there weren't other quarterbacks scoring. I mean, again,
I think
top 5.
He's one of 10 quarterbacks in NFL history to throw for 5,000 yards. And if you look
Mm-hmm.
at the room and you see him, it's just hilarious. You're like, what?
yeah,
It
it is funny, but at the end of the day, he got shit done. And, you know, a team like the Saints, like I could see the rebirth of Jameis with a big injury to Breeze. You get a guy like Sean Payton in there to come in and clean you up.
Yep.
I think every coach though has thought, "Oh, I can change Jameis Winston." It's kind of like a bad boyfriend. You're like, "Oh, I can change him." And no, it doesn't work like that. Like
I can change.
he's been in the league for like
Is that
5,
3?
6 years and
For
still
Parker?
not cleaning up his problem, which is mainly interception rate.
So speaking of that, like on coaches and like kind of having that hubris where they think they're the best. One of the things I remember when I think it was after one of the games last year, they asked Bruce. I think it was at the end of the season presser. They asked Bruce Arians how they would do with another quarterback. I think he said something along the lines of, "Well, probably because we won with this guy."
30 for 30 guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely. What were you saying, Nick?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, sorry.
10 for 10.
First-
45.
First and 10 for Fitzpatrick.
No incompletions.
Another keeper for Fitzpatrick.
Damn, they are just
I didn't love that one. No.
Flores is running oddly way too much with him.
Yeah, I didn't understand that one. It was a pure
And like,
RPO play, and they took it.
They've
for a
run
couple
about
yards.
they've had like at least 3 or 4 designed runs for him.
Mhm. Yeah, it's weird.
Nick, I think you had something with that Tua prop. A mysterious injury coming soon.
We're just gonna run him into the middle.
I've never seen this before. Well, he's a decently mobile guy, but this many
Yeah.
designed runs, like this isn't like an RPO. This is like a designed quarterback sweep and stuff,
Mhm.
which I guess the Jags weren't expecting.
And another handoff.
Just
Is that
run the
Breida?
ball. Easy, what's that? 4 yards?
Mhm.
5 yards?
4 or 5, yeah, for Breida. Dolphins are looking good. I mean, they're chasing a win. They're 0-2. So
we had over 49 for the game, guys. We're at 21 right now.
we got to see the
on
Jags
pace.
again.
Yeah,
You know,
on
the Jags
pace.
are 1 for 2 on their drives,
Yeah,
and the Dolphins are looking to go 3 for 3 here.
3 for 3.
So
But the Jags in the last drive did show a lot of promise, though. They got Robinson involved, and I think
Mhm.
Marone's seeing that this guy can play.
Mhm.
You know, use him.
Yeah,
to
he's
help
gonna-
out Minshew, get those short yardage. I think they're missing DJ Chark tonight.
so far, I mean, again, just two drives for the Jags, 1 stalled.
Seen
you know.
some bad
The,
drops.
the first one, yeah, you had a bad drop that ended a 4-play drive. So
Yeah.
he's eyeing
Oh,
that,
yeah,
that
he had
running
Breida
back
all
down.
day. Oh,
But-
Pass interference.
He was eyeing that
yeah, he
runner
got
down.
it. He
though.
got it. He got it. Caleb on Chase on.
Man, that's terrible by the DB. He was
Breida's a fast guy.
he was fast, but Fitzpatrick was
Jack is
eyeing him
too.
down the entire way. I mean,
Everybody saw where that was going.
Yeah.
Well, Jag's actually a good matchup for him. Jack can run with him, but
but
he-
you shouldn't get the penalty on there because you should be reading that. I mean, they're not liking. We'll see the
I
replay in a
wanna
second.
I want to see it real time.
Yeah, we'll see the
That
replay in a
Parker
second.
Play real time didn't look bad when you saw the replay.
But to me, the defenders just got to get a hand up there because there's no one else he's going to. His
Yeah,
body
he's-
position. Look at him.
so it's 45.
Look at him.
Actually.
The entire way. The dude just has his back turned.
I don't know, man.
That's
He's looking at the ball now.
He has the arm locked down on the
Let's
inside.
see it right here.
Yeah, I think Breida did enough when he hooked it.
Yeah.
He almost caught it actually.
Rita's holding him. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what these.
We call
penalties
that
are anymore.
fisticuffs in the showbiz.
Yeah.
We'll see what they call because obviously we don't have the audio.
The sad part is I don't think he needed to do that.
No.
I think Breida. I don't think he was going to catch it anyways. All right, where are we at now?
Scotty Miller, trust or bust this week against Denver. Godwin coming back. I'm going to say bust. I'm going to say bust. Eric.
To eat.
Yeah, and I really think they make a concerted effort to get Gronk involved this week. Touchdown!
Oh, that's Stearns. Oh, Mike Gesicki. Told you.
It happened to me in the first play of the game.
Told you.
I thought Gesicki caught the first ball of the game. Gesicki with the touchdown, paying out the plus 150 prop.
It's not like I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. I tell you this, guys, every week. And Justin still wants to go against me. It's unbelievable sometimes.
Thanks, Nick. We'll break out the crystal ball, buddy. 11 for 11 for Fitzpatrick, 2 passing touchdowns, 123 yards. If we just agreed with everything, we wouldn't really give the people anything.
That's true. That's true.
And we'd always probably be wrong, too.
Yeah, that's true. You ain't wrong there.
All right, so we got the Dolphins going up 21-7 here. 5:58 left in the half. Jaguars going to put up points on this drive, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Guys, we're on pace for the over.
Looking good, looking good. Jags still got to get it together, though.
I think they will. I think the last drive they found something.
Well, their defense has got to get a stop the bleeding.
Their
It's
defense,
Patrick, I love it.
I think what
love
their
it.
defense needs to do is get to halftime. They need the Jags to hopefully get a touchdown drive and leave no time on the clock.
Yeah, and the Jags will get the ball back at half.
You steal a possession there.
Yeah, I think they could do that.
Yeah, I think that or like leave us get a touchdown, which is most important, but leave as little time as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. So probably going to be expecting a good amount of run from Robinson here.
Yep.
We got 5:58 left in the half here. Don't feel good about the cover for the Jags. Not great.
Good. I'm glad you're starting them against me, Cam. That means I gave you good information. Good.
Gesicki?
Yeah. I don't mind losing to my own info.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like being high on a guy and then being like, oh, look, he's going against me. This should be super. See, what do you think about the Eagles and the Bengals? Eagles 0-2 hosting the Bengals. Joe Burrow also 0-2. Who's coming out on top here? Who comes out with their first victory?
Bengals.
I like the Bengals. That's one of my picks this week. I love the Bengals +6.
Mhm.
They've covered both games this
Down
year.
to 4.5.
If you got it at 6, great. I still love the +4.5. Like they've been a problem for both teams this year. They would have won. You said 0-2. They would have won week 1 if kicker didn't mysteriously miss, and then AJ Green didn't have that penalty.
True,
but they nearly beat the Browns last week. They're playing competitive, like they're playing good football.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles aren't.
Eagles played a little bit better in the first half last week, but again,
they were getting their ass kicked early, yeah.
They played well in both first halves. Actually, in the first half of week 1 and the first half of week 2, and so yeah, to me, like the Eagles just don't give you a full body of work, and at some point, someone's going to slip up.
And then if you look at them, right, like you can look at the Browns and say that they're doing something well, right? Joe Burrow, the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow is showing some good things. You have a good offense. I think they're going to be competitive. Eagles, it's just very disappointing across the board. Like Miles Sanders is back, so I think that's going to help them. That's just one person. Like,
I mean, I really don't know if Rieger's hurt, if he's not going to be in this lineup. I like I mentioned earlier, you got to ask more out of Greg Ward, and you got to use him more, in my opinion. The guy who had the connection with Wentz down the stretch last year. So I don't know where he's being used. Get rid of Arcega-Whiteside. Like that experiment has failed.
Good tight ends too. Like you got to get more creative, Peterson. You're a Super Bowl winning coach. I expect so much more from you.
They need Trey Burton back there. They need him back there running the Philly special.
Vince Papel come back. He can save the day.
What about the Vikings? They're chasing their first win. Defense looks terrible. Offense can't get it together.
The Titans, right?
They're hosting the Titans. Vikings home dogs +2.5 on the spread, plus 128 on the money line at home.
Again, this is a team. I haven't seen anything good. Like they got their asses handed to them by Green Bay. They scored some late points to make it look not as ugly. They lost
in both games.
Yeah, and like last week though, they were just outclassed by the Colts, so I don't think they're very good. I think that was in Indy. The Colts are again. They're not doing anything good. Like for any team, like like you're looking for some promise. Like what is it for them? Kirk Cousins, like what, 6 completions last week, 11.
He had negative points in fantasy. He's not
3
a team
interceptions,
defense.
3
Like what the hell?
And like this team invested so much money, like I was talking about in my recap, into Thielen, into they did Diggs, and they traded Diggs, and then the Cousins. Like those guys, they got to give him more. And I think a lot of people were praising them this offseason, saying they did a great job, rebuilding on the fly. No. Well, they didn't. They lost some hitters on defense.
They got Ngakoue, which was nice, but I wouldn't consider that on the fly.
Yeah, like I think he was a good get. I think they only got him for 1 year as of now, but like they're not looking good, man. Like you can't say that they lost close games, they'll be back. They're getting their asses kicked, and I don't see how that's going to turn. And I think people are probably going to forget that they lost their offensive coordinator this offseason, and they're struggling mightily.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
I think the biggest issue is their offensive line. They have just been chopping away at the offensive line. I think they asked Riley Reef to take a pay cut, and he's their blindside tackle
with a carry.
There you go.
Not the first down.
Close. What spot did they give him?
But like the Minnesota Vikings were the one team that spent all their money on weapons, and they aren't spending any on the offensive line. And it's just a bunch of rookies that they drafted. Not saying that they aren't top college offensive linemen. It's just the offensive line play in college is way different than the offensive line play in the NFL.
And they got no preseason. They got no like real reps.
Yeah, and they're just there's not enough time for Kirk Cousins to do what he wants.
Next Thursday, Bronco versus
get it.
Oh
the
yeah,
Jets.
Nice week to take a Thursday off.
But I see Nick's got a really good point. That's something very basic people forget about. And the other thing that people say, what's the easiest way to the playoffs? Beat your division, right? They play in a division with arguably the 2 best pass rushing tandems in the NFL.
Yep.
The Smith brothers and Green.
Here we go.
Going up top. Oh, that's not good.
I thought it was Keelan Cole was running up.
Potentially the worst throw I've seen from Minshew all year.
Yeah, I have no
because
idea.
that dude was on an island.
Yeah.
And it was maybe he noticed that and just had to get rid of it. Like it's kind of one of those Mahomes overthrows where it wasn't going to go to anybody.
Yeah.
It was a dead play because that dude was on an island with 3 Dolphins.
He wasn't really rushed. I mean,
there's 3 guys.
He tried to
and look where the ball's going.
It's
a dead play.
I thought there was more pressure. I think he could have gotten a couple of yards on a scramble. But anyways, for the Vikings, like you play in a division with two good pass rushers. Your offensive line is not good. Like you had Diggs for a while to compensate for that, along with Thielen, that made defenses, respect that.
Yeah, exactly.
Jefferson will probably be good one day.
Oof.
It's just not going to be soon. That's the
flag on the play.
They're calling a lot of ticky tackies right now.
Yeah, I'm not loving it.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is they're being unfair, and they're doing it on both sides. I guess. I mean, that's
really because I've seen the calls only go against Jags. We can pull up the flag calls.
Well, I think the Jags are getting this one.
I hope so.
Yeah, they should be getting this one. I think it's similar to that previous.
Okay,
they are.
Thank goodness.
So I think it's evening out now. I think it's a makeup call.
The conference calls with these refs for pass interference is to be just deadly.
Yeah, it's terrible. But so I think that's a team that I think it's they were a team that a lot of people for some reason had us pegged as a playoff team. Same with the Lions.
Yeah, I was talking up the Vikings making the playoffs with the Bears and the Packers in this division. Not anymore.
I just thought they were a 7-9, 8-8 team. I just thought they lost a lot. And I thought I thought they were closer to that playoff team when they got Ngakoue, but still right now I'm just I don't know, and I just don't see how they can turn it around because I just don't know how they're going to get better because they played the Packers, who are a team I think we all think are going to go to the playoffs, right? They got their asses kicked. Colts are kind of like one of those 8-8, 9-7 teams. Like they're an okay team. Like they'll probably win more than lose.
Defense in the NFL.
Yeah, right now they do.
Snaps.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins helped them out with that.
Yeah, big help. Big help.
Yeah.
You like that?
You
Colts
like that?
did. But they got Tennessee this week. I think Tennessee's just going to bludgeon them. That's a team.
Minshew
Is that 3? That's 3 now.
Yep.
First down. Good play.
3 and a carry.
I really like it, man. I think he's going to be good.
He looks strong.
He reminds me a little bit of, and it's not just because of the dreads.
It's Roddy White.
The dreads.
Huh?
Roddy White.
No.
Oh.
A young Cordero Patterson.
Oh, okay.
With the waist, remember when he was in the Vikings?
Take that comparison back.
No. Young
Roddy White doesn't take snaps at running back.
No,
so.
but Cordero, when he came to the NFL, when his first year with the Vikings, he was kind of like Tyreek Hill-esque. They were using him all over the place, returning kicks, running up.
Absolutely.
I think he had 10, 12 touches as a rookie combined. But it's kind of cool seeing him just using him everywhere.
Oh yeah, I mean, but they're pretty hurting at the running back position, so kind of makes sense. And they're really on that too. They're just no Devontae Freeman for us. Zigbo gets hurt. Oh well.
Are you
We'll just
surprised?
do
Are you
Chenal.
guys surprised? Let's talk about Devontae Freeman. Are you surprised they picked the Giants?
I just
the
it's the only-
Giants picked him.
It's the only team that would hire him. I'm not really that high on him. I mean, I saw people spending the 100, the full hundo, the full wad on him. I don't get it. Why? Like, why spend the full wad on a divided backfield? I guarantee Lewis, Gallman, maybe Freeman gets touches this week, but if you spent the full 100 on him, most likely he's not doing much this week. Like, run forward for a handful of yards. Like, how many carries do you give the guy? I'm not going to say he's off the couch because he's been trying to get hired, but how much do you give the guy that just walked in the door? Minshew with a nice little run.
Yeah, a couple of yards.
Yep.
Yeah, he's not having a bad game.
And they're eating the clock. 2:25 left. Going to bring this down probably the 2-minute warning here.
Yep.
On third down for the Jags.
Just
scoring
what we
position.
were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever kind of points they get, they're going to make sure they have the last possession. Well, 3rd and 5, but yeah, I think they're going to get the last possession.
Well, hopefully they do here. I hope they do. I'm pulling for them. I want some points. Cover for that strong second half push that we're going to need here. The Jags, just a slower pace of play tonight. You know, the gains aren't there. Maybe Shark being out of the lineup is making a difference. You know, you have, potentially Cole and Chenal going up against whoever the Dolphins are throwing out there other than Jones. You know, the Dolphins defense we've been beating up on, they've looked kind of respectable so far. We'll see what they do on this drive. I mean, they can still let up, a touchdown in each quarter so far.
Yep.
But they're keeping the Jags in front of them. Other than that Jakeem Grant play, or I'm sorry, that wasn't it. Who was the big play for the Jags? I mean, really, just Robinson. Robinson run
had like a 30-yard run the first play of the game.
No, his long is 11, but just
catch it.
That
You talking about Cole?
No, I was just talking about the biggest play so far for the Jaguars, like their biggest play, and I got to say it's Minshew for 16. No, one for Robinson for 24.
Yeah, that was like the first play of the game.
After that, Chenal's got one for 16, and Minshew has one for 16, and that's about it. Grant has one for a big play for 29. Parker had one for 20. Grant had another big play for 19 receiving. So, the Dolphins are keeping the Jags in front of them, other than those two big busts. That's about it. Getting into some other games here for this week. What do you guys think about the Giants and the 49ers? Giants, another home dog. Niners missing just about everybody.
Yeah.
Just about everybody.
So the Giants.
They got Jeff Garcia at quarterback, right?
Yeah, there we go. Bring him back to gunslinger.
Dick Mullins, Jeff Garcia. Sure.
Man, could you imagine?
What's the spread down to now?
3? Yeah, 3.5.
3.5. So,
Giants plus 3.5.
So a couple of things to remember here. The Niners are making back-to-back trips to the East Coast.
So they probably stayed, no?
I would hope so.
I would say that
I would hope so.
Yeah.
But still, that's
Same stadium.
same stadium, but that's still shakes
Oh,
up.
God. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
They're going to send him out there again to die.
Yeah.
So they're
sucks.
pissed. But I was going to mention,
God.
for them, it's back-to-back weeks. You don't even if they stayed in the East Coast, that throws off your preparation.
Right.
All these hurts. I'm just kind of I was telling you guys last week that that Jets game smelled funny and they destroyed them. They covered the spread.
Mm-hmm.
This game worries me too. Kyle Shanahan's a great play caller. I think they can cover that 3.5, but I think it's going to be closer than people think. I see this being like a 21-13.
I was just about to say I'm really on the under at 41.5.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the Giants, yeah, they still have their quarterback cool.
Barkley, Shepard.
Exactly. Barkley and Shepard both gone.
They got Devontae Freeman, though.
Deion Lewis going off.
X factors.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was 2015.
I think Wayne Gallman's in line for a sneaky day.
No.
I think before they
Any reason why?
No, before they signed Freeman, a lot of people were on Lewis, and I was kind of on Gallman because I was like, he had a couple games last year we had to fill in for Saquon and did okay. Like, not great, but okay. And Lewis, I don't think he's an every down back.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Third down back.
The only reason that happened last week is because he was the only back active.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And they were playing from behind, right?
Yep.
Right. So, I said on air on Sunday, I'm more of a Gallman guy, but Lewis was the one that was used. The
other one wasn't active.
Right, exactly. So I'm not really sure what they're going to do. Gallman looked good for Barkley last year when he filled in, and he got hurt just from his usage. Like, he was getting used a ton, and he wound up getting hurt during that.
4th and 6, going for it.
Oh, ouch.
Bad play by Minshew. Horrible play by Minshew.
Well, I don't think he drew
That
it
was a
up.
good defensive play.
Yeah.
Play call, basically.
He had to get rid of the ball, though. 4th and 6.
Yeah.
He saw the pressure coming. They didn't hide it.
They didn't hide it.
Let's see. Was it a design dink? Yep.
It's
34. Robinson was supposed to get it on the cross there. That's it.
On that play, the offensive guard is supposed to take the inside man because technically he has less steps to go than the outside man. It happened to be that guy was really fast.
I think they sent more than they could block, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They were overwhelmed.
So, I mean, great play by the Brian Flores. They were ballsy. Like, fuck it. Just send the house. He beats us.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you got to lose right there?
And
that's a big win for the defense.
This is a nightmare scenario for the Jags. We're talking about them ending the half. Fitzpatrick's got 3
garbage
timeouts
time.
And 46. This is. I'm hoping they can just hold them to a field goal because I don't think they stopped them yet.
They have not stopped them yet. 3 for 3 for the Dolphins. Fitzpatrick's looks like he's going to be going for it.
Preston Williams take a timeout.
Are they going to go? They're going hurry up.
They got 3 timeouts though. I mean, no reason to. I disagree.
They're going hurry up.
Actually, only went 5 yards. That's not a bad idea.
And they're at the 50.
Yeah. So see, tick, 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 tick.
Might just be playing for the field goal. I mean, 3 timeouts with only 50 seconds is.
Gasecki, come on, man.
You got to get that.
That's why I would have taken that timeout. You would have had the ball at like 1 minute and 10 seconds with 2 timeouts.
Mm-hmm. Still have 3 though. No timeout
Still
needed.
3. I think those 20 seconds might have been more valuable. 40 got lucky. He had some hand on jersey.
Omar, you had asked about the Colts tight end, Mo Ali Cox. Jack Doyle back at practice. Clock is ticking, but I think Mo Ali Cox is still a good start this week. But
they're playing the Jets.
Yeah, it might be the last week, though, that he's going to be like really fantasy relevant because once Doyle gets back, they'll be splitting again.
Yeah, a guy to keep an eye on. That's my cousin Omar. Would be if you haven't already. I'm sure he's taken in. Oh God,
Miles Jack is not happy about the calls in this game.
Learn to flop, Miles Jack.
Well, this is interesting. Now they're giving it up. But I was going to say, a guy that would have been good after week 1, a Johnny Smith and Noah Fant. I mean, now they're probably off. You can't get them.
No, you can't. No way.
I mean, you want to take a flyer, maybe a guy like Dalton Schultz, if you think that game is going to be as high scoring as I can.
I think he's going to be. I mean, we talked about it on Monday. You got to add the guy, right? Like,
you have to.
Oh yeah, if he's not already added, yeah, absolutely go out and grab him.
Especially in this matchup, it might only be for this week, but I think the volume's going to be there.
Well, I mean, if you like what you got out of Schultz this week, they already kicked.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Jags getting it with 36 seconds. Okay, interesting stuff.
If you're Jags, what do? You even try?
Throw it to DJ Shark. Oh wait, sorry.
You're at what? You're 10, 36 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, try something with it. Get Chanel out into space. Try to get Cole crossing somewhere. Something.
Yeah, 3 timeouts. You can throw anywhere. I just hope Marone doesn't, just fold it in.
I don't think he will.
He shouldn't. I mean, I know they're backed up, but you get one
play, you can get a field goal, you get the ball back at half. I mean, it's not a bad start. We're going to be closing it down here, guys, at the half.
Pretty quick half.
Yeah, I mean, the Dolphins killed a ton of time. A ton of time.
We'll see. I think this first play will be an indicator. Okay, throwing it.
Yes, Mr. Donald. It is Mr. Booby Miles jersey that Justin is wearing, representing Perryman, Odessa, Texas.
And I can't pass. Shout out Booby Miles. I thought it was the only fitting thing to wear after all the injuries from week 2. I just figured it was the only thing
that's
suitable.
Funny. Hey, John Reed, thank you for watching us, man. Enjoy your night, man.
Goon up, John. Goon up.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, I mean, Booby Miles, Saquon Barkley was like kind of just like images in my head. It's just like all I see. So that's why I had to go there. A little check down work for Robinson.
Thompson. Timeout.
Oh, so Thompson was the one that he was targeting on that 4th down then. It was 34. It was 34 coming across the middle. I thought it was Robinson. Sorry.
So they just gave up.
Well, no, he wasn't there, right? Like
I'm saying on this play.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was
nothing's there. I think that Shark not being there is leaving some availability or some space, for Cole and Chanel to, create some action, create some production.
Guys that have mustaches at patchy sides. This was pretty fun.
Elders, especially when they're much, much elder. Yes, I love it. The comparison of the facial hair and the swag that is Minshew and Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick, the full beard is winning tonight. All
right. Okay, so they did call timeout earlier, 25 seconds. You got to try if you're the Jags, man. You got to try to get some yards.
I hope so. I hope so for Minshew, man. I need some more yards out of him. I got a lot of yards left on the table here, Minshew.
Very disappointed only at 77.
Yeah, the passing offense isn't there right now.
All right, come on.
But the efficiency is 8 for 11, no interceptions.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not making mistakes. You have that Cole drop. That was huge. Obviously, offsides.
Good job.
Whoa.
Yep.
Hey, easy, big boy.
Good job. Easy first down.
I'll take it.
Yep.
I'll take it.
And it takes up how many seconds? 0.
Yep. Dolphins just keeping him in front of him, though. I mean, that's just what it's been the whole way. The Jags need to really dig into the playbook here for the second half still.
Yeah. And big thing here for Minshew is do not make a mistake.
Oh, please no.
Yeah.
Please no.
It's okay to punt or go into half. Do not make this worse.
I'm seeing the Madden call trips to the left, and then we're gonna have verticals, and then it's just gonna be a straight pass to the slot receiver.
Well, we got a bunch shotgun set here, so they're really not trying hard. Minshew, another dunk, another just underneath throw. Like it's just not the. I'm telling you, like the vertical lines are just not there.
It's just not there at all.
Like I don't know what it is because the Dolphins guys, they're not great on defense.
They're without Byron Jones, right?
Yeah, they're still without him, and he's been out the first 2 games. So
And
where are they kicking from?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Who is that guy? Right.
Well, he's their kicker. it's who they got left after Lambeau's out.
You know who I think that is? I think that's the kicker that
Signed from Georgia State this afternoon.
That was he had a ad sponsorship on YouTube for a YouTube channel, and the NCAA made him decide between playing NCAA football or using the YouTube channel, and I think he stayed with the football. So ended up working out for him a little bit.
Worked out for that Presley kid from North Carolina that works for Barstool.
Good for him.
Yeah, he's like one of I wouldn't call him like the horseman there, but one of the early hires.
Yeah,
and Caleb Presley, and he was second string quarterback for North Carolina. Came back from European what do you call it, school trip or whatever.
Minshew, come on, Minch.
Bad.
Better.
Told his coach, hey, I'm leaving. I'm doing something else instead. Gonna be a YouTube guy. Minshew with 31 seconds left, 3rd and 4. I think he'll probably get the first down, but I don't know what else to be excited for here. 15 seconds on the clock, a lot of field in front of you. What are we doing here, guys? There's some spreading them out. There we go.
You got to take a shot here. Even
I hope so. I hope so.
7-8 seconds.
I hope so. And we got a timeout. Dolphins burning one. Getting a good look at the Jags offense. What's your best bet of the week? What's your favorite game? Maybe something you referenced from today.
Best bet? Probably going to be... I really like the Bengals. It was +6. I looked at it now. It's 5.5. I think
you can always buy it back.
Yeah,
buy back the points.
And I'm big on that too. If I feel comfortable, like at 50 and over at 52, I'll buy it down. I know my odds are low, but it's a number I feel comfortable with. I did that with a few bets. I do like the over in the Dallas game. I just think it's a high-scoring game. Too bad to below average defenses. So those 2 are my favorite.
I like the Colts. Against the Jets, I think that's an easy one, a banger, right?
Yeah, trying to get a little creative.
Yeah. I mean, if you're just looking for like the easy picks,
safe money, yeah.
Take the Colts at like -11. I think they'll easily clear that. And 9 seconds left for Minshew.
Trying to get a pass.
I like Pitt covering the 4. I got 4 on ESPN.
Yep.
Covering. I don't think the Texans' offense is anything.
It's in Pittsburgh, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, right now, like in Pittsburgh, in Houston, honestly, it doesn't fucking matter to me right now because it's swarming, and Deshaun Watson still thinks he has Nuke Hopkins on the outside. So
I just feel bad for him dealing with
Bob.
Oh, God, that defense is just poor guy.
I mean, Houston, they're going to be lucky if they get everybody back out of this game alive.
Yeah,
his defense is brutal. So yeah, guys, there you go. 3 really good picks. I'd say parlay them. Really, if just keep it easy, just take them all money line. Take Steelers, Colts, and who'd you say the Bengals?
Yeah.
Just
Bengals, you get some good value on that.
Just take money line.
Yeah. Or if the Bengals, you don't know if they're going to win, take the points. Good value there too.
Yeah. So if worst case scenario, throw in Steelers, Colts money line mixed in with the Bengals on the spread. Think that'll get you a good amount of action and a good return this Sunday.
Yeah, and guys, makes it a little bit fun. Throw $20. Who knows?
Let's check out our props as we're getting ready to close out the show here. Miles Jack with another point. Thanks for that, big guy. Stat tracker go. Oh, here we go. All right, so Fitzpatrick, he's on pace to hit the 23 completions. So that's nice. Minshew, not on pace to hit the passing yards. Not great. Also need a strong push on the passing touchdowns from Minshew in the second half. I need 2. You need 3.
Yep.
Yikes. Gaskins at 40 rushing yards. He's at 33, so that's looking good.
And he's also leading the team in carries.
Yeah, 10 carries.
So he's going to get his run, especially if they keep winning.
Yeah, absolutely. Should have that early on into the second half. What else did I have here? Emron, you had Fitzpatrick over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I believe he's hit that now.
Yep.
So you're good there. First half over. Minshew over 18.5 rushing yards. First half over. Chenal 3.5 catches. Should be able to clear that here pretty soon.
One more.
Yeah, so he just needs one more. And then Gaskins on 2.5 catches. What do we got there? Gaskins catches 3 receiving. You're good.
Yep.
You're solid. I need a little bit more help here. Let's see where I got Preston Williams at 3.5 catches. Where's he at?
He's got a touchdown. So
He's got 2.
I feel like he's got 2.
Parker's got 3. Preston has 2, so halfway there. And then, where'd you go? Gaskin, anytime touchdown. Going to need some help there. Minshew over the passing total. Going to need some help there. Fitzpatrick on the completions. Should be solid. But I need Minshew and the Jags to give us some help on that.
Up.
Yeah, because if they don't, passing offense could go away.
Yep. Hopefully, we'll in the second half. Marone to come out strong and get the ball first. So we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this was TITTH number 48, guys. Appreciate you coming and riding with us. I'm Justin Bruni.
I'm Nick Davis.
I'm Imran Khan.
All right, we'll see you guys later. Take care. Be well.
See you guys.
Later, guys.